Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Rabbana zidna ilma. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, so today we'll start with the recap, and I want Sister Ummi Habiba to give me the Fi'l al-Madi chart, please.
Okay. Maadi chart. Okay. Huwa nasara, hum nasaru, huwa nasara, hum nasara,
Huma nasara.
Sorry. Huwa nasara, huma nasara, hum nasaru. Hiya nasarat,
Huma.
hiya nasarat, huma nasar.
It's a feminine chart, so ta will come.
Okay, yes. Hiya nasarat, huma nasarata, hum nasartu.
Hunna.
Oh, hunna nasarna.
Okay.
Hunna nasarna. Then anta nasarta, antum nasartum,
Antuma nasartuma. First,
antuma nasartum, antum nasartum. Anti nasarti, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna. Ana nasartu. Nahnu nasarna.
Okay, very good. Sister Parveen Amin, did you had a chance to listen to the previous recordings? The Tuesday's class?
She said that she sent a message on WhatsApp to say she's very sick, so she just wants to listen today.
Okay, I didn't check. My apologies. So I would like Sister Sarah, do you remember the conditions that we need for an outside duel?
Outside duel, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam warahmatullahi.
Outside duel it must come after the fi'l, and it must be in the rafa status. It must be marfu, and it must match the gender. The fi'l and the fa'il must match the gender, and it must be the hiya and huwa form.
Not it. The fail must be in the here. Wow.
Yeah, the fail must be in the hiya or huwa form.
Okay, very good. Now I have a little Q&A, and when I ask somebody, you have to give me the inside or the fa'il and the attached pronoun to the sentence that I will give you. Jumla fi'liya I will give you. Okay. Starting with Sister Samia. Sister Samia, ikhtartuka.
Can you repeat that, please?
Ikhtartuka. Sister Parveen, can you please mute? We have a background noise. Yeah, thank you very much.
And you want me to do the chart?
No, I want you to give me the inside pronoun, and you have to give me the fa'il and the maf'ul for it. Maf'ul bihi.
Maf'ul bihi. Okay, so
So you
maf'ul
have to give me
bihi is the
fail,
who
fa'il,
and
and
what?
maf'ul, right? You have to give me fail, fa'il, and maf'ul in the sentence I give you. Ikhtartuka.
Okay, ikhtartuka. So ikhtar is the file, the action. Ikhtartu. I don't know why I'm struggling. I think because I can't see the word, I'm struggling.
Okay, no, you have to make a habit of listening to Arabic, because Arabic is all about listening. So when I'm saying ikhtartuka, first you have to identify the fail, and since there is no outside doer, so doer is inside. So when you identify the fail and file are easy to spot. So the fail in ikhtartuka, what is the fail and what is the attached part? Sister Samia, in ikhtartuka, what is the fail and what is the attached part?
I think the ikhtartu,
Yes.
the ka has a fatha on it. So that's the...
Because you know we do not have any variation in fail Maadi where we have a ka ending.
Yeah, so it's the fatha.
No, ikhtartuka, when I'm saying ikhtartuka, ka you know is an attached pronoun, right? Anta ka. So
Yeah.
you should be able to listen to the sound and say ikhtartuka means ka is the attached pronoun. When I'm saying it to you loud that there is attached pronoun to it, so you'll be easy to spot that ka is the attached pronoun and our fail is ikhtartu.
Yep.
And our file is inside, which is ana ikhtartu, ana nasartu, ana ikhtartu. So our file is ana, our fail is ikhtartu, and our maf'ul is attached pronoun ka maf'ul bihi.
Alright, sure.
Okay, I'll give you another one to try. Say faja'alna ha.
فجعلناها. So there's no outside dua, so it's all in. So فجعلنا, the na is the we. It's an inside dua, we.
Yes.
And the ha, فجعلناها, is the attached pronoun, which is
Maf'ul bihi.
مفعول به is it here?
Ha is he. He convert to ha.
Ha, who,
His attached pronoun is he, ha. So you say fa'il is our nahnu, fail is faja'alna, and maf'ul is ha, right?
Okay, so I say fail is
First fa'il, then fail, then maf'ul.
fa'il is na,
Nahnu.
fail nahnu. Okay, fa'il is nahnu, fail is
Na. Faja'alna.
فجعلنا, and مفعول به is ha.
Okay, good. Sister Parveen Maroof, please give, if I give you a jumla failure, you have to give me the fail, file and maf'ul, right? Khalaqnakum.
خلقناكم. File is نحن na. Fail is خلقنا. Kum is attached pronoun and maf'ul bihi.
Very good. Very good. Sister Hodma.
Yep.
Wajadtumuhum.
وجدتموهم.
Wajadtumuhum.
Okay. وجدتموهم. جدت is that أنا is the فاعل.
Okay. How do you find what is the ending for ana?
نصرت وجهت.
But I didn't say wajadtuhum. I say wajadtumuhum. Wajadtumuhum. So what is the attached part?
It was وجهتموهم, and then what was after that?
This
that it?
wajadtumuhum. Yes.
Okay, hum is the attached part.
So what is the ending for wajadtumu? Mu.
وجهتمو.
Wajadtumu. So put it in the chart.
وجهتمو. Oh, I only know it as two.
No.
Or tum.
No.
As the
You
ending.
skate the Nasara chart.
وجهت.
Wajadtumu. No, give me Nasara chart. You remember the Nasara chart, right?
Yeah.
So give me the Nasara chart.
هو نصر. هما نصرا. هم نصروا. Oh, نصروا.
So what is our file here?
So our fa'il is وجهتموه.
File
As
is
in نصروا. That's the fa'il.
Which pronoun does it match to? Which pronoun format of an fail does it match to?
Hum.
So what is our file?
The
Inside file we're talking about. There is no outside file, right? What is the inside file here?
inside fa'il will be hum.
So yes, when I say file, that means the same, right?
Okay, yes.
File is home. Fail is
So the fi'l is wajahta.
wajadtumu.
You know when you're saying the fi'l, do you say it just as nasara, like the basic, or do you say the whole thing?
No, when you say fail has a file inside it, and then you are identifying the file because of the ending sound or the
Okay.
ending haraka, right? In wajadtumu, the fail is
Wajahtuhu is
wajadtumu,
a fi'l.
and the file is hum.
Hum.
File is hum, the fail is wajadtumu, and maf'ul is
Hum.
hum, the attached pronoun hum, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sister Raisa,
Yes.
ataytumuhunna.
Taytumuhunna. Can you repeat?
Ataytumuhunna.
Taytumu. Okay, so taytum. The first one would the one that is the attached pronoun is hunna.
Very good.
It's she plural.
Mhm.
And taytum, it's all of you. It's antum.
Ataytumu. I didn't say ataytum. Ataytumu.
Tumu. Oh, okay, so that's for the they helped. It's hum.
Is home, right? Ataytumu. Home. The home is our fa'il. Fa'il
Fa'il
is
and-
ataytumu, and maf'ul is hunna.
Hunna. Yes.
Okay. Sister Sarah.
Yes, yes. Ustad.
Akbarnahu.
Can you repeat?
Akbarnahu.
Akbar Nahu. It's only na single fatha, Ustad. Akbar
Yes, it's a
Nahu.
single fatha.
Akbar Nahu. Okay, so who is the attached pronoun here? Akbarnahu. Akbarna will be like Nasarna. So this
I
will be
didn't say Akbarnahu, and you asked me it's just a single fatha. I say it's just a single fatha. So why you say ana?
not Ana Ustaza. Akbarna. It is
Why you say nahnu?
Nasarna. So they. This will be they.
No, not every noon is the attached one. Sometimes noon is a part of a word. So when I say Akbar na with the fatha on the na, then I did say Akbar na. I made a short sound, right? Akbar na.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to match with this. Not if you say na and you say nahnu, it should be na to be nahnu, right?
I'm not saying Nahnu Ustaz. I'm saying the they the of the here. Here Nasarta Huma Nasarta Hunna Nasarna. They helped. That part.
Okay.
I
That's
was saying
fine.
that.
Sorry. I misunderstood you. So yes, you are right. Hunna nasarna. That is fine.
And attached. So this will be our. This will be the Hunna will be our file
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yes.
And Maful Bihi will be the attached pronoun who.
Other hunna who? Yes. And fail is Akbarna, right?
Akbarna is the fair. Yes.
Very well done, mashallah, zabardast. So I'm very proud to see that those who were studying in the studies of ism are mashallah making good progress in the study of fail. So some topics are easier for some and some topics are easier for others. So mashallah, you see the shift changes, and mashallah, Sister Sarah, Sister Raisa, Sister Hodma are making a good progress, mashallah, in the topic of fail. Alhamdulillah. So I think this topic is meant for you, and you will be learning it really quick and really thoroughly, inshallah ta'ala. So we'll start a new topic today, which we studied which two maf'ul yesterday? Anybody can recall?
Maf'ul bihi and maf'ul fihi.
Okay, so what was maf'ul bihi?
Maf'ul bihi was telling us about who and what is the maf'ul, and maf'ul fihi was telling about the when and where.
Okay, yes.
Is this happening.
Very good. So what is the condition for a maf'ul? What status a maf'ul should be in?
Nasab status.
Okay, very good. So when we have a maf'ul bihi can be attached pronoun or any ism in a nasab form, right? But it should be answering the question of whom or to who or to what the action is done to, right? What the action is performed at. And then we have maf'ul fihi, and there were three types of isma that can be maf'ul fihi. Who will give me that?
Maf'ul fihi is of the special mudaf of time and place will come as maf'ul fihi, and an ism, any ism, but it should not be a mudaf. And if the jar majrur fragment is coming with the harf fi, then in the sentence, then it is maf'ul fihi.
Yes, you're right about two, that the special idafa fragment of special mudaf and jar majrur fragment of harf jar fi, and when you say an ism in nasab form, when it's by meaning it is denoting time or place, right? It should be denoting time or place in its meaning, like we see the example of Layla wa Nahara. Layla means night and Nahara means day. So that word itself, the ism itself, has a meaning of a time embedded in it, right? So now we will start, inshallah, a new another type of maf'ul, which is called maf'ul lahu, and I want Sister Habiba to please read for us.
Okay. Maf'ul lahu. The maf'ul lahu tells you why the action took place. It is often translated as because of or out of, but is not limited to these translations. Most often, the maf'ul lahu is a masdar. We will learn to recognize a masdar when we study sarf.
Inshallah. Okay. So you're telling about maf'ul, we say that when maf'ul are always the detail about the fi'l, and they're always giving you an answer about any of these W questions. So we say when it's what or who, then it is maf'ul bihi. When it's about when and where, it is maf'ul fihi. But when we have a question about why this thing happened, and when you have a question of why, the answer is always because or out of. This is the reason, right? So when you have a reason for an action, then it is or maf'ul lahu. Maf'ul lahu and the masdar thing. Masdar is something that we study in the sarf, but just for the moment, you just remember that maf'ul lahu is a masdar. This is not new term that you have to just memorize for your future learning sake. So it's not impacting our work at the moment, but inshallah when you will be studying sarf, the word masdar will come very frequently, and you have to remember that it is about the maf'ul lahu. So Sister Habiba, I want you to do this example.
Okay. Sabaru. What is this? Sabaru butiga.
Ibtigha'a.
Ittiba'a. Wajhi rabbihim. So here sabaru. Here is. Should I explain all?
Yes. Sabaru. What is
okay? Sabaru is for whom inside dua.
In a home format. Yes.
Yes, and ibtigha.
Okay. When you see a fail, you all look for the file which is outside. So do we look for the outside file in this case?
Yes, but there is no rafa.
We do not, because it's not huwa or hiya format. It's home format.
Inside, we already find inside. That's why we don't.
So our file is home, and our fail is sabaru.
Sabaru. Okay.
Now go ahead.
And ibtiga wajhi. they preserve for the pleasure of their
First,
master.
forget the translation. Tell me, ibtigha'a is an ism in which
Nasab.
status?
In nasab form.
Okay, wajhi.
Wajhi jar form.
Wajhi is
No, no.
jar form. And
Yes.
Rabbihi.
Rabbihim also idafa, so he
Okay,
both
so
are
wajhi is also an idafa fragment.
Wajhi idafa.
Wajh and attached pronoun he, wajh and he is wajhi.
Oh, I thought wujuhu is face.
Wujuhu is face. So wujuhu is face. There is a sukoon in ja, right? A sukoon on jeem. So it tells me because they have attached some. There has wajhu has a ha and the he has a ha. So they have missed one ha and they put only one ha for the pronoun.
Okay.
So this is the another study. That's why I'm telling you. But for you, it is a idafa fragment, right?
Okay.
So ibtigha'a is nasab. Wajhi rabbihim is idafa fragment. And then how you are translating it, for the pleasure of their master. So they preserved. Why they preserved? For the pleasure of their master. This whole thing is our reason. This is answering
For
why.
their
So
pleasure of their master.
yes, so whatever is answering the why is what is our maful lahu,
Lahu. Yes.
right? So you have to make sense when you have when you are studying fail. When you have a question, you see what is the giving you the answer. So if I say they preserved for the pleasure, then for the pleasure is enough reason, but pleasure of their master because of the attached of the master is attached to the pleasure, so that's why their pleasure. So that is why it is all one fragment inside the just please hold a second. I have someone to talk. Yes, please. Okay, please. Thank you. Yes, please. Sorry, I'm back. So, are we good with the maful lahu concept?
So there's a way of finding if we don't know the meaning. How would we know it's maf'ul lahu?
Okay, at the moment we cannot find without meaning what is the maful lahu is, because it's all about the context, right? In the maful fihi, you can identify the jar majur or the idafa fragment. Yeah. But in terms of a meaning of an isim that has the meaning of a time or place, then you need your vocabulary. In the same case here, at the moment in your full studies, we cannot spot them without translation, so we will be needing help of translation to identify them. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Inshallah, when our vocabulary increase, it will be easier for us to identify without it. Okay, now maful mutlaq. And I want Sister Hodma to read for us, please.
المفعول مطلق. The maf'ul mutlaq has three main functions. Number 1, to emphasize the action, when the maf'ul mutlaq is a single word. Number 2, to describe the action, when the maf'ul mutlaq has a mudafa. No.
مفعول مطلق صفة.
Sifa, sorry. To describe the number of times an action happened when the maf'ul mutlaq has a number. It appears as a masdar when it shares the same roots as the fi'l. Again, we will learn more about this when we study the sarf.
Now I have to explain about the maf'ul mutlaq. Maf'ul mutlaq has 3 main functions to do. Okay, when it appears as a single word in the nasab form, but it is emphasizing the action. Again, we need to understand the meaning. We have to have a vocabulary to understand that what this word is doing in terms of explaining the fail. So if it is emphasizing on the action and it's a single word, it is a maf'ul mutlaq. When it is a sifa and it's describing the action, like sometimes the sifa describe the ism and sometimes sifa describe the action. When I say the action was done nicely, right? So this is the sifa of an action, right? She performs her prayer nicely. So when I say nicely, then this is what it is. It is a sifa of an action. It's not a sifa of a person. So when the sifa is of action, then it is a maf'ul mutlaq. And third is when it appears as a number. You know, we have numbers in our language as well. So when this maf'ul is coming up as a number, like I say, she prayed 3 times, right, daily. So when I say 3 times, the 3 time is what? It is denoting number, right? When I say daily is a time, but 3 times is what? Is the number. So maf'ul mutlaq sometimes can appear as a number as well, and it's explaining how many times the action took place, right? So these are the 3 scenarios for a maf'ul mutlaq. And then thing comes about the masdar. It appears a masdar if that share the same root letter as a fi'l. Again, we learn about this when we study sarf, but I'm giving you a quick insight into the root letters. When I say nasara, so nasara has 3 letters: noon, sa, and ra. So noon, sa, and ra are the 3 root letters. If any ism that is made with these 3 letters and it's coming to explain the fail nasara, then it is what? It is a maf'ul mutlaq. So maf'ul mutlaq has to have a the root letter will be the similar to that of the fail that is we are talking about. So for now, if you spot something, if you say a fail and you find an ism after it which has the same root letters as a fail, then it can be our maf'ul mutlaq. So far so good?
Yes, inshallah. Would the sentence make sense without maf'ul mutlaq?
Okay, I know we will do the sentence, we will see example, we will see, but I know there's a lot of memorizing to do in terms of maf'uls, because since we are not familiar with it, when we'll be doing more examples it will become easier, but at the moment you have to remember all this the conditions or all the tips they have given you about identifying the maf'uls, and then this will help you inshallah. But in future you will be able to identify it easily without any going through your notes and looking back into it. So inshallah we will see. So the example, وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا. So I want Sister Hodma again to please attempt this example.
Okay. Waw is a harf. Kallama is our fi'l. It's in the huwa form, so we'll look at the next word to see if we have an outward fa'il. Allah is a
Ismu Jalala has a rafa. Is
in marfu state, yes. And it's matched with kallama in
gender.
And what was it?
So we have an outside door, right?
Yes. So our fi'l is kallama and Allah is our fa'il.
Our fa'il is harfu Allah and our fi'l is kallama. Fa'il first and fi'l after, right?
Also, we say our fa'il is Allah and our fi'l is kallama.
Yes, our fa'il is harfu Allah and our fi'l is kallama.
Harfu Allah.
Yes, we say harfu jalala or harfu Allah because we do not say Allah is a fa'il, right? It's a disrespect.
Oh,
We say the
right,
harf
right,
Allah
understand.
in this sentence is it's just out of respect.
Left is halal.
Lafzu
No,
jalala or lafzu Allah, right?
Yes. And then Musa, I'm not sure if that is.
Musa can be
And-
in Rafa Nasab Jar state, right?
Yeah, it's
not flexible.
non-flexible.
So when
Taklim.
I say wa kalamallahu Musa, so wa kalama means to speak. Kalama means to speak. So when I say kalamallahu, what does it mean?
Allah spoke.
Allah spoke, right? Allah spoke, and we have Musa after it. So what does your common sense say? What
Sorry?
kind of question it is answering?
It is answering the who, so it's maf'ul bih.
So Musa is in nasab form and it's a maf'ul bihi. Wa kalamallahu Musa means Allah spoke to Musa.
Musa.
And here what it is?
Takliman is maf'ul mutlaq because it's describing how,
Okay.
describing the action.
Okay,
So it's how.
describing. It's not always how. Maf'ul mutlaq it doesn't say how, right? Maf'ul mutlaq is saying that it's describing something. If it's a one word, it can single word emphasizes the action. And takliman is an ism, right? And takliman is describing how Allah spoke, right? And it's is how Allah spoke, and it is a single word about emphasizing the action directly.
Yes.
Okay, and the second thing, when I told about the root letters, what
Yeah.
are the root letters for kallama?
They're the same as taklima.
The kaf,
Kaf,
lam,
lam,
mim,
mim.
and you will find kaf, lam, mim in taklima. So this is our maf'ul mutlaq, because maf'ul mutlaq take the root letters from the fail to describe the fail to make emphasis, right?
I see.
You see
Kallama and taklima.
They have a same root letters, and inshallah when you study surf you will find out how kallama become takliman. This is the state while you study in surf, that how the word changes its forms, taking the 3 or 4 or 5 root letters and converting into as many format as we can available in the Arabic grammar. So inshallah this you will learn in when you will be studying surf. Kallama lahu Musa takliman.
Excuse me. I'm just coming after my salam.
Okay. So
Just 5 minutes.
okay, no problem. Please go. So we are doing the last thing, which is al-hal. So mafulul hal or hal. So and I want sister Samia to please read for us al-hal.
Al-hal. The hal tells you how the action took place. It describes the state of the doer or the action. It often translated as an adverb, for example, angrily, or as while, or as while, or as. Not limited to these translations.
Was not limited to these translations, right? When you are saying something is which are describing how, then you are obviously describing it as what? As an adverb. How are you studying? You say passionately, right? Always ly words, and say how are you eating hungrily, right? How was he moving fast, right? So the adverbs are mostly giving you the reasons of how, right? Answers to the how. So our mafulul hal is something that give you the action, the detail about how the action took place. And now you will say directly was also maful is displaying how, but you know the difference between mafulul hal and mafulul mutlaq is that the root letter thing, right? When we have a matching root letter and it's emphasizing on the action. It's not, it's describing, but it is emphasizing as well. So that's why we have maf'ul mutlaq here, and we have maf'ul hal when it was not the verb was not kallama, then it could be maf'ul hal takriman as well, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, please do the example.
فخرج منها خائفا. So فخرج is the fa'il, and there's no outside doer, so the inside doer is he. Minha is idafa fragment.
Yeah, minha is idafa fragment.
Well, min is half of nasab. And ha is
Min is not a harf and nasab. You're right, min is a harf, but it's not a harf and nasab.
Oh no, it's not. It's jar.
Yes, it's a harfu jar.
Harfu jar, and ha is the majrur fragment. And then khaifan is the masdar.
No, it's not a masdar. You say khaifan is an ism in nasab form.
Okay, khaifan is the ism in nasab form, so
it can be a maf'ul.
That could be the maf'ul hal.
It is can be a maf'ul, and we look at the meaning of khaifa, and khaifa means fearfully. So it is an adverb, right?
Okay.
And khaifa and kharaja does not match in root letters, right? We say kha, but we do not have ra and ja here. So it is maf'ulul hal, not maf'ul mutlaq.
So it's not the three, so it's not an exaggeration, it's not matching in the root letter.
Yeah, it's just explaining the how the action took place, right? So
it's not a number. If it was like a number, then it would be maf'ul mutlaq. Like if it was
maf'ul mutlaq if it has a number in it, yes. So when I'm trying to explain to you, the fearfully is an adverb. Why the adverb get confused between hal and mutlaq? The two are completely exclusive thing. But when we have a adverb, but if root letter matches with the fail, then it's maf'ul mutlaq. And if its root letters are not matching with the fail, then it's a normal maf'ulul hal.
Okay.
Okay. So fakharaja means he left. Fa is an harfi ataf then. Kharaja means he left. Kharaja means to left, and it's huwa format, so he left. Minha, from it. Khaifan, fearfully. So he left from it. He left fearfully. Right. What is minha? Somebody's microphone is on. Yes, echo. So minha is something that we're gonna study. What this jar majroor fragment is doing in this sentence. This is called mutaliq bil fail. We have mutaliq bil khabar, right? So we have a mutaliq bil fail, but we study it after maf'ul hal, inshallah.
Sajah, can't it be maf'ul fihi because it's jar majroor form?
Does all jar majroor form makes maf'ul fihi?
Oh no, it has to have the fi. Yes.
Yes, the name suggests fihi, right? It has to be a jar majroor fragment of harf jar fi. Sorry. Okay. Now I want sister Sarah to do one qalabu saghirina.
Can I ask a question as well, please? You know, the minha, can I be a maf'ul bihi here because you left from it?
No. Maf'ul bihi has to be a sim in nasab format, right? And we have a jar majroor fragment here. It is called mutaliq bil fail that we will study just after this example, inshallah. Okay. Sister Sarah, please.
One qalabu. Wow is the harf.
Yeah. Yes.
And in qalabu is in the qalabu, so this would be the day.
Home format, right?
Home format. And so this would be the inside doer because it is in the Hua and here,
format. Yes, not in the Hua here.
not in Hua here. So Sawirina,
Mm-hmm.
Sawirina. So
Identify the ism in which format?
Sawirina, Ina. So this will be nasab or jar.
So no reason to be jar, so it is
No
nasab.
reason to be jar. So nasab. Okay.
Because we have no reason to be jar, right? We do not have a harfi jar before it, or neither we have a idafa fragment, right? So there is no
Yeah.
reason for it to be jar.
Okay. So nasab. Okay.
It's in nasab status, right? Now you tell me anqalaba means to return. So what
Okay.
does anqalabu mean?
They return.
They returned. And sagrina means belittled, right? Or you say humiliated or whatever, belittled, right? So what belittled is giving answer of which question? How they return?
How did they return?
Right? How did they return? So we have belittled is our adverb, is explaining the how.
Yes.
So
And
this
also
is
the
our
two
maf'ul.
words are not matching with the fail in qalabu, so it is maf'ul al hal.
Not maf'ul mutlaq, right?
Not yes.
Okay. Now I want Sister Parveen Maroof to please read the note.
Note that a Jumla failure does not require a maf'ul to be considered complete. There is no limit to how many mafa'il there can be in one sentence.
Okay. So now when I say Nasara, is that a complete sentence? He helped?
Yes.
So for a Jumla failure to be complete, we need a file and a fail. And sometimes the file is inside. So if I say a single word Nasara, it's a complete sentence.
Yes, he helped.
Okay,
Yes.
he helped is us. But when we have maf'ul, so we can have as many maf'ul as it is needed. It's not limited to 1, 2 or 3, because sometimes you have a simple answer to something and sometimes you have a many details attached to it, right? Like you say, he ate chocolate in the room. So when we are saying yesterday, so we are giving where did he eat, what did he eat? Chocolate. Where did he eat? In the room. When did he eat? Yesterday. So we have multiple explanation to the action, which is he ate, right? So the action can have multiple explanations. So that's why we can have multiple maf'ul, but we have to identify which type of a maf'ul there it is in the sentence. This concludes our topics of maf'ul, and I want Sister Parveen Maroof to give me a quick recap about the maf'uls that we have studied so far. There are 5, right?
Yes. First, we studied maf'ul bihi, then maf'ul fihi, and then maf'ul mutlaq, and then just now we were doing maf'ul hal. Is that 5 then?
Then you forget maf'ul lahu.
Oh yes, sorry, maf'ul lahu,
Okay.
yes.
Easy to remember. The first three maf'ul has jar majroor fragment in their name. Maf'ul bihi. What is the bihi? Bihi is
Jar majroor, yes.
maf'ul fihi. It's a jar
Jar-
majroor. Maf'ul
yes.
lahu. What it is?
Jar maj-
So give me the meaning
Jar-
of maf'ul bihi. Bi means
with it.
with it.
With
Maf'ul
it.
with it. Maf'ul
Yes.
fihi. Maf'ul in it.
In it. Yes.
Maf'ul lahu.
For it.
Maf'ul for it. So
Yeah.
you know these are easy to understand when you understand them.
Yeah, that's a nice tip, Jazak.
Then we have a maf'ulul hal, which is explaining how, and then we have maf'ul mutlaq, which is emphasizing, which can be number and which can be an adverb which has a common root letter with the fail.
Okay,
Right?
yes.
So these are 5 kind of maf'uls that we have studied. So we are going to study something else new today. Sister Habiba, are you back? They're not back.
Yes, yes,
Are you
yes,
back?
yes.
So, okay, I want you to. So, does this recap help you?
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
did the recap because you were gone, so I don't want to move ahead since you missed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you will just check the recording for this part that you missed, and you will understand it, inshallah ta'ala, better. So I want you to read al-mutalliq bil fail, please.
Fail. Okay. Recall that jar majroor within a jumla ismiya, it labeled as a
Mutaliq bil khabar.
mutaliq bil khabar within a jumla failure, and jar majroor is labeled as mutaliq bil file.
Fail. Okay, stop here, please.
Fail.
We studied jumla ismiya, and we say that our mutaliq bil khabar is what? A jar majroor fragment or a special dafa fragment, right? So here again, if we have a jar majroor fragment in a jumla failure, this is called mutaliq bil fail. So that jar majroor fragment in ismiya was mutaliq bil khabar, and here it is mutaliq bil fail.
The harf fi should not be there.
Yes, just minus the harfujar fi, because harfujar fi is maf'ul fihi. Other than that, whatever the jar majroor fragment you spotted in jumla failure, it is our mutaliq bil fail, which mutaliq means related to, associated with, or about, right? So mutaliq bil fail is something that is related to the fail, right? Like the mutaliq bil khabar is something related to the khabar. Similarly, mutaliq bil fail is something related to the fail. Okay, now please continue with there are many.
Oh, where?
There are many. Second line, last part.
Labeled as means related to or associated with. Oh, there are many af'al that are associated with a harf. For example, nasara, which means
nazara, not nasara.
nazara. Okay, nazara, which means to look, comes with ila. So if we wanted to say he looked at him, we would say ilayhi. Nazara ilayhi,
right?
rather than nazarahu.
Okay. Listen here. If I say nazara is an is a fail in huwa format, right? If I have to say it, which means nazara means to look, and when we say nazara means he looked, right? And if I have to say he looked at him, if I say nazara, and if I say at him, if I put nazarahu, so he looked him, right? It doesn't match looked at him. To put at him, we need what? A harf, which is harf jar, ila. So ila, so when ilay will become ilayhi, because for him is attached pronoun is he. So we will say nazara ilayhi, which means he looked at him.
Okay.
Right? So when we say nazara ilayhi, our fa'il is huwa, our fail is nazara. There is no maf'ul here, but we have what? Mutaliq bil fail, which is ilayhi, because it's a jar majroor fragment.
Yes.
So similar as we study jumla ismiya, we say it can have khabar, and we can have mutaliq bil khabar, or we can have both. Yeah. So here we can have a mutaliq bil khabar, and we can have maf'ul in a sentence, or we can have either one of them too. Either we have maf'uls, or either we have mutaliq bil khabar, or both of them in a jumla fi'liya, right?
Okay.
So the thing is that huruf that are associated with a fa'al do not always have to be translated, right? Sometimes when you are translating, you skip the huruf, you do not translate them as you have studied their meaning, because the huruf change their meaning according to the sentence they are put into. So I want sister, yeah, Hambiwa, please go with this example. Nazara ba'duhum ila ba'din.
Nazara ba'duhum ila ba'di. Nazara is he looked. There, so huwa form. Then if we look for the outside door, ba'duhum, ba'du
Is
is
Rafa.
special.
Ba'du is Rafa, right?
Yeah, Rafa. But it's also special idafa, no?
Bada foqa. Bada, we have bada in the foqatata. We have
Maybe
bada.
dal. With dal, not maybe. No?
Yeah, I think with dal. I think I'm just trying to recall bada foqa. Yes, that's baidia is with dal, not da. No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, then badu is here outside door, and baduhum is jar form.
Baduhum, yes. So what fragment it is?
The idafa format,
Okay.
and this
This
jar.
hidafa format is this full hidafa is our. What is
Jar.
the jumla failure? What's the role of baduhum in jumla failure?
Oh.
You identified something that badu nazara is in huwa format and badu is rafa.
Yeah, outside door.
Baduhum is our outside doer, right?
Outside door. Yeah.
Baduhum bad means some. Baduhum means some of them.
Some of them. Okay. And ila badi. We read that ila is a half.
Arfujar.
Yes, and badi is majrur, so it is the last one. What is it called?
Mutalik bil fail.
Mutalik bil fail. Yeah. Okay. Mutalik bil fail.
So did we spot any maful here?
Yeah. The mutalik bil fail isn't a maful, no?
No, mutalik bil fail is not maful, right?
Okay.
There are 5 mafuls and there is one mutalik bil fail, right?
We don't find any maful here.
Yeah. So we have a file which is badahum, fail which is nazara, and our mutalik bil fail which is ila badin. So if I want you to translate like not your way, right? So first you put the file first. What does baduhum means?
Baduhum, some of them.
Some of them
Looked. Ila is at. Badi. Badi means some of other. Okay.
Some of badin means again some of them, right? So some others when I say. So we say some of them look at some others. But if you want to translate it nicely, you can say they looked at each other.
Okay.
So this is how in Arabic the sentence looks like, but when you translate it in English, it will become they looked at each other. Right? So that's if you find something, but you have to put your grammar first and then you make sense of the translation, inshallah.
Yes.
Okay. Sister Hodma. Next one, please.
Okay. Thumma means then. Sarafakum. So sarafa would be our fi'l. It's in the huwa form. So we look for outside fa'il. Hum is an attached pronoun. And so that would not be a fa'il.
Very well done.
So sarafa would be in the huwa state.
Okay.
The hu would be the
File.
fa'il, and the sarafa would be the fi'il.
So
and
huwa sarafa means a word to avert. So and how do we translate sarafa?
He averted.
He averted. Good.
And then the kum is our maf'ul bih.
Bihi. Attached pronouns always maful bihi. So
Yeah,
kum means
maf'ul
all of
bihi.
you.
All of you, yes.
So he averted all of you.
Yep.
Okay.
And then anhum,
Mhm.
min ila an is a harf jar.
Mhm.
And then hum is once again another attached pronoun of they, masculine. So that would be our متعلق بالفاعل.
متعلق بالفعل. Good, very good. So in this sentence we have fa'il, fail, maf'ul and متعلق بالفعل. And whom means an means away from, and whom means then, to away from them. So
Yep.
summa is our harfi atf again. Summa means and then. He averted you all away from them.
Them.
See, so in this sentence we have fail, file, maf'ul and mutalik bil fail, everything.
The only thing that's confusing, Mr. is that it says in the book that there are 6 types, and the numbering is number 6. The muta'alliq bil.
They consider mutalik bil fail as a maf'ul, but mutalik bil fail is not to be considered as maf'ul. It's considered separately as mutalik bil fail. Right?
Okay, so
Because if you mix it with maf'ul, that will make more confusion for you, and it's actually not a maf'ul. It is explaining the fail again, but it is explaining the fail differently than the maf'ul does.
okay, I understand. So with anhum, what state would it be? We don't say hal. Is the hal of
Anhum
nasab.
is mutalik bil fail, right? It's jar majroor fragment.
Also, we say it is. Do we say it's majroor?
We say jar majroor, yeah. Mutalik bil fail is jar majroor fragment.
Okay, that's what I was trying to clarify. Jazakallah khair.
No problem. Okay, so we have a drill to go, and I want Sister Raisa to please attempt qatalahumullahu.
Lahum. Okay, so Allahu. This is not. Wait. This has the outside. What's it called? The outside door.
Yeah, the file.
Yeah.
Is our
Yes, the outside door because it's in huwa here form. It's in huwa form to be
Yes.
exact.
Yes.
And the attached pronoun, which is the fa'il.
Attached pronoun is not a file.
Oh wait, it's the maf'ul.
Which kind of maf'ul it is?
Maf'ul bihi.
Yes.
It's hum. It's the attached pronoun, the he plural, and Allahu.
Okay. If qatala means to kill,
Okay.
so give me the
Okay,
translation
so
of qatala.
okay.
Allahu.
It would be he killed.
No, why say it he when you spotted the outside file?
Oh wait, sorry. Allahu. So Allah killed them.
Allah killed them, right? So we
Yeah.
have a fa'il is harfu Allah, fail qatala, and maf'ul bihi is hum.
Yes, hum. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Now, Sister Samia. Qatala Dawudu Jaluta.
Okay. So why is her? Qatala is the fi'l, and it's in huwa form. So we look for the outside doer. So Dawudu is in rafa status. So that's the outside doer. And then Jalut is ism in nasab status. So this is the answers who. So maf'ul bihi.
Yes. Now translate.
And Dawood killed Jalut.
Dawood killed Jalut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because initially when you say Daudu Jaluta, you will not make any sense of it, why they are doing it, right?
Yeah,
They are
definitely.
placed together, but Daudu is actually a fa'il and Jaluta is our maf'ul, sorry, maf'ul. Maf'ul. Okay, good.
Can I try a harder one if I can?
Yes, I will give you a chance again, inshallah, but I want Sister Sarah to do the next one.
Yes, Sister. فجعلناهم
فجعل fa would be the harf here. Ja'ala will be ja'alna.
Yes.
Ja'alna. So this will be the file here will be the we, nahnu. Nahnu. So there's an inside door here.
Okay.
So and then whom is the attached pronoun? Maf'ul bihi. And salafan. Salafan is in the nasab status. Salafan. So is salafan
Is also a maf'ul,
is
but you
also
don't know which
a
kind of a
maf'ul.
maf'ul because you don't know the meaning, right?
Yeah. And waw is the connecting harf at here. And mathalan also in the nasab status. So this can also be a maf'ul. And li afarina. Lil afarina. So li will be our harf of jar here. So this is the jar majroor fragment. So this will be our, which one was that with the jar majroor? Just now which we discussed, mutalik bil fi'l.
Yes, mutalik bil fi'l. Okay.
So how do I identify the salafan and
Okay,
the fatah?
I'm just trying to find the meaning of it. Ja'alna is to bring about, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and salafan wa masalan. Let me find the meaning for it. So give me the meaning of faja'alnahum.
Faja'alnahum would be you said ja'ala is to bring about. So we brought about whom them.
Salafan means preceding former, and
Okay,
preceding
preceding
former, and masala means
masala will be like example.
is an example, but I want to check the meaning because sometimes they have multiple meaning, right? Masalan means example, yes. Masalan means example. So the previous and example, like if I say previous an example, it just hold a second. Okay, bear with me a second. Somebody's at the door.
Okay, so
If you try to make sense of these words.
Okay. The Ustadas said that the maful bihi is with it and mafullahu is for it. I forgot to remember maful fihi. What will be this?
So you find the meaning of harfu jar fi and you will find the meaning of fihi, okay? I'm not giving you away that easy. You have to do some work for yourself. Either listen to the recording or check in your notebook what is the meaning of fi, li and bi. Okay, Sister Sarah, we were doing something.
yes, Ustad.
So did you make sense of it?
Yeah, salafan looks like it's giving as of the preceding one. So it's giving it's an ism which is describing the time here. So it can be maful fihi.
No, because what this makes, because we have wa here, right? So salafan wa mathalan, it looks like the masala means example and salafa means previous experiences.
So like sifa.
It's like not a sifa, it's just an ism in a form, right? So it's also a maful bihi.
Maful bihi. Okay.
Because it's just an ism that is explaining the action, like previous examples, right?
Okay.
So it's not this explaining anything, it's explaining what,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
To who and what is giving two answers, who and what. Who is whom and what is salafan wa masalan. And then lil akhirina is our mutalik bil.
متعلق بالفعل.
Okay.
For the later, آخر is the later, so for the later ones.
For the later ones, right? Very good. Now sister Umm Habiba or Sister Parveen. Who Sister Parveen Maruf? I haven't asked you in a while. فَأَخَذَهُمْ أَذَابُ يَوْمِ الزُّلَّةِ.
Okay, inshallah. Fa is harf, akhaza is fail, and the inside file doer is he.
Okay, so how did you say we have an inside doer here?
Akhaza,
Akhaza is in which format?
huwa format.
So do we look for outside doer in huma format or not?
Yes, we do. Yes, but I can't see because home is an attached pronoun here.
So do we stop at home?
Yes.
Okay, then what about qatalahumullahu? What did Sister Samia say? Did she stop at home?
No, then we look at adabu, and that's in rafa form.
Yes.
So azabu is yes. So azabu is our outside doer in rafa form. So, and then yomi is light, so it's mudaf. Zullati is in majrur form, so that's mudaf ilayhi. Yomi zullati. So that's our how, I think. Is it?
Yawmi zullati is our maf'ul
Maful
fihi.
maful fihi. Okay. Maful fihi. So adhabu, the
Because when
punishment.
I say akhaza means what does akhaza means?
To take.
Yeah, akhaza means to take. Okay? Akhaza means to take. So if I say forget fa, akhazahum azabu. So how do you translate akhazahum azabu? Azabu means punishment, right?
Yeah, the punishment took them.
Punishment took them, right? And then
Yeah.
yawmi zullati is giving you answer of when the punishment took them.
Yes, on the day of
Zullati,
Zullah.
right? Day of Zullati. So it is about when, then it is our maful fihi.
yeah.
Right?
Maful fihi. Yes. Yawm zullat. Yes, the punishment took them on Yawm zullat.
Okay, good. Now, Sister Habiba, please do Arsalna Musa bi ayatina.
Okay, arsalna is we form, so inside doer. Musa can be rafa nasab or jar, so it can be maful nasab. And bi ayatina, bi is harf of jar, and ayatina is jar majrur. So it is mutalik bil fail.
Very good. If I say arsala means to set down. So what does arsalna means?
We send down
Who we sent down?
Musa.
So what is Musa here? Which kind of maful it is?
Maful bihi.
Okay. So we sent down Musa, and bi ayatina, bi means harfajar with. Ayatina
With.
means signs.
Thanks.
Our ayatina means our signs.
Yes, now, okay.
Ayatina is an idafa fragment, right?
Yeah.
Ayatina are signs. So how will you translate this sentence?
We sent down Musa our signs.
With our signs.
With our signs.
Okay.
Yes.
So that you say we have a mutalik bil fail and maf'ul and fail file, everything in this sentence, right? Good. Now I want Sister Hodma to do wadakum wadal haqqi wa adattukum fakhlaftakum, which is very difficult, and I want Sister Samia to check what she's doing, right? So in this way, you both will have a chance to work on this ayah, part of the ayah, sorry.
Okay. Oh, this is so bit wrong. Okay. Wa'ada is the wow part of the word.
Yes, wa'ada means to promise.
Okay. So wa'ada is it's the huwa form. So we look for an outside doer, but I don't see any in rafa. So it's he promised. So the fi'l is wa'ada and the fa'il is huwa. Kum is the maf'ul.
Yeah, fa'il is huwa. She's right, sister. Sister Samia?
Oh, so the kum.
File, how the file can be kum?
No, I didn't understand. Yeah, she's right. She's right. The file is
Is an
huwa
attached
because of the
pronoun.
fatha.
An attached pronoun is always with the fail, with it, maf'ul bihi.
مفعول به.
Yeah. So the kum is the maf'ul bihi. The file is huwa. She's right.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, sister.
وعدا وعدا
Okay, do the meaning as well when you have done one part. Wadakum, the meaning.
Okay. He promised them.
Right, good.
You
promised all of you.
all of you all. Oh, it will be you all.
You all. He promised you all.
He promised you all. Wa'ada, which is a promise.
Now you have to tell me what kind of
That-
maf'ul it is.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna look at the maf'ul. This is the one with the root words. And I'm getting
Mutlaq.
mutlaq. Yeah,
Sister
I lost the
Samia?
pages here.
Yeah, no problem. Sister Samia, agree with her?
Yes, it's got the root letters.
Okay, good. He promised them a promise.
So he promised them a promise. Haqqi,
Al-Haqqi.
al-haqqi.
So do you see any connection between Wadal and Al-Haqqi?
Wa'ada haqqi. No.
Is it mudaf ilayhi because it's wa'ada is light and al-haqqi is majroor.
Very good. Wadal Haqqi is jar majroor. Oh, sorry, mudafa fragment. Mudaf ilayhi.
Yeah.
So you will not translate. Haqqi means the truth or the right. Right? So now you translate Wadukum Wadal Haqqi.
He promised all of you a promise that is truthful.
The true promise, right?
The true promise.
The true promise. Now, the second part.
Wow is حرف العطف.
Yes.
وعدكم. No, sorry. It's وعدتكم. So وعدت becomes the وعدت. I promise.
Yes. Watu and Nasartu, right?
Yeah. Kum, all of you. So I promise all of you. فأخلفتكم.
Forget fa. Fa is in harfit ataf, means so.
Okay. أخلف then is our ism, is our fi'l, sorry.
Akhlaftu.
أخلفت is our fi'l. And then that also means it's in the what does أخلف?
I'm trying to find the meaning of akhlaftu, but you give me the fa'il and the maf'ul.
The fa'il would be أنا and the maf'ul bihi would be the kum.
Sister Samia, you agree with her?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Akhlaftu means to leave, to break.
Yeah. So the fi'l is akhlaftu and the fa'il is to ana. And she
Sister
has to stop and the
Samia,
maf'ul.
translate akhlaftukum.
So you said it means to
break.
break. So I break.
Ism fi'l Maadi. It's a past tense.
I broke.
I broke.
I broke all of them.
I broke you all, right?
I broke you all. Yeah.
I left you all, right? So now if we say
Is it the
Wa'ada-
shaitan?
yeah, I don't remember where this ayah is in the Quran, so I don't want to make any statement. But look at the translation. Wa'adakum wa'adal haqqi, and he promised a true promise to them, right? He promised truly to them, and wa'adatukum, I promised them, fa'akhlaftukum, and I left them. Right? It looks like
I promised to you.
I left you. I promised you all, and I left you all. It looks like that is this shaitan saying that I promised you all, and on the day of judgment, that Allah promise of Allah was the truth, was the promise of Haqq, and my promise was something that I left you on the day of judgment, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like that, but wallahu alam, I don't want to make any comment since I'm not sure about.
So, Ustad, the al-Haqqi describing the wa'da, the promise. So it's the
Wa'd al-Haqqi is a one part, right? Wa'd al-Haqqi. If you say Wa'd al-Haqqi as a maf'ul lahu, maf'ul fihi, right? Wa'd al-Haqqi, it cannot be a maf'ul fihi, but it can be a maf'ul lahu. But you know, wa'da is having a root letter of a fail wa'da, right?
yeah.
Wa'ada and wa'da, which one with the harka on an and one with the not the harka with an, with sharing the root letter. So we can say that this is a maf'ul mutlaq, right?
Yeah. So then we're then, because that's a maf'ul mutlaq, then we're just saying, okay, then the wa'da is the mudaf, al-Haqqi is mudaf ilayhi, so that's the relationship between them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So both of them would be the maf'ul mutlaq, would it be, Ustaza?
Yes,
Or
we cannot
al-Haqqi
have
would be
anything
the-
in isolation when they are part of a fragment. I've always said that, right? When there's something is a part of a fragment, they are considered as one bucket, right?
It can't be al-hal because it's like describing, it's like truly, so ly adverb.
No, wa'd al-haqqi means the true promise, right? It's not truly or you know, some or happily or something like that. It's not like that. It's wa'd al-haqqi is a true promise. But I think it is. I think it should be
maf'ul
maf'ul
bihi.
bihi. It should be maf'ul bihi.
Yes, I was going to say that because it's the what.
It is maf'ul bihi because wa'd al-haqqi. But since wa'da has a roof letters, you know, this is a bit complicated. So if you say maf'ul mutlaq or maf'ul bihi, they both make sense, right?
Okay.
That's too complicated for. I think why they put this example here because it's confusing. I will mark it as maf'ul mutlaq, and I can mark it as maf'ul bihi. That both will go. Okay. Alright, so this is the end of today's session. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll start the abnormal sentence structure for maf'uls and so for the jumla failure and the complex sentence structure for jumla failure.
On Monday?
Sorry?
On Monday.
On Monday, of course. Tomorrow means Monday, of course. So, so any question, anyone? I'm just ending recording because it's quite a long today. Shaitan rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Rabbana zidna ilma, Rabbi shrah li sadri, wa yassir li amri, wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Just hold on a second, let me check if it's recording. But something just happened. So how was your weekend, everyone?
How was yours?
Alhamdulillah, that was good. And some of you were not able to attend the whole lectures last week. So what, did you have a chance to catch up on the recordings?
I listen. I'm the only one.
Okay, that's fine. So meanwhile I'm checking on the recording because the app has just closed down on me. So I want Sister Ummi Habiba to give me the Fi'l al-Madi chart.
Fi'l al-Madi chart. Huwa nasara, hum nasaru, no, huma nasaru, hum nasar.
No, huwa, huma, hum, right?
Yes. Hunna nasarna.
Okay.
Then anta nasarta, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna.
No, and you have an anta chart, so there's no antunna in anta. It's a masculine.
Oh, sorry. Antuma nasartuma, antum nasartuma.
Nasartum. Yes.
Anti nasarti, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna. Ana nasartu, nahnu nasarna.
Very good. Nasarna. Very good. Sister Hotma, I want you to give me the 4 conditions for outside file.
The outside fa'il must come after the fi'l. It must be a marfu'. It must be in either the huwa or hiya form. And it must match in gender.
Okay, very good. Sister Raisa, Assalamu alaikum. What is a maf'ul?
It's the detail.
It's the detail about
the verb of what's happening.
Yes.
Like when, what, why, and where. Those.
Very good. Very good. Sister Samia, please. How many types of maf'ul have we studied?
مفعول به مفعول فيه مفعول له and then مفعول مطلق and مفعول الحال.
Okay.
That's 5.
Yes, maf'ul al-hal. That was our last one. Sister Sarah, what is maf'ul bihi?
My daughter is crying a lot.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Sister Habiba, explain what is maf'ul bihi.
Maf'ul bihi. Maf'ul bihi is who or what done to. That is
that explain the details about the who, about on whom, or about what the action is.
Action right? Is yes.
And what are the most common maf'ul bihi that we found?
Attached pronoun.
Attached pronoun attached to a fi'lul madi is
fail.
Yeah, equal to a fail is maf'ul bihi. Good. Sister Hodma, maf'ul fihi, please.
The maf'ul fihi was it said who or what? No, when or where.
Maf'ul fihi. Fi means?
Fi means in.
So in it, time and place.
Oh, time. Yeah.
Right?
And yeah, when or where the action took place, and it appeared as a fi.
Jar majroor fi, right?
Jar majroor, yes. Or it's a special mudaf of time and place.
Okay, good.
But it can also be an ism that denotes time, but it's not part of the special mudaf.
Very good. Time or place, but it's not a part of a special mudaf. Yeah, it's ism. When you say ism, by its meaning, it's a time or place.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sister Raisa, what is maf'ul lahu?
Maf'ul lahu. I forgot about
what does the harf jar la means?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. The la.
For.
Oh yeah, so la means 4. So why it happened?
Why it happens? Yes. Good.
So like the reason behind the
Action.
The action, yeah. So
Yeah.
why they did it?
Yeah, very good. Sister Samia, مفعول المطلق.
مفعول مطلق. There were 3 times when it's مفعول مطلق. When the مفعول is مطلق, it's when it's the 3 root letters are the same as the fi'l.
Okay, root letters are same as the fi'l. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4 root letters, right?
Sorry?
Root letters. Just say root letters are same.
Okay, the root letters are the same. Yeah, sometimes it can be 2 or 4. Okay, but the root letters are the same. When when it's a number, like when it gives you the detail of how much.
How many times an action took place?
Okay, how many times an action took place? And one more.
It's related to the sifa. When it describes the action, that how the action is done, when it's a sifa of an action, right? Not sifa of we studied sifa of an ism, like good, bad thing, and when it's sifa of an action, right? How the action is done, fastly, slowly, happily, angrily, right?
Okay, so the sifa means, what does sifa mean? Describe.
Sifa means quality. Sifa means quality, basically.
Okay.
Right? Sifa, like characteristic in terms.
Okay.
So it's a characteristic in English. So when you say characteristic of an action, so how do you say? It's an adverb mostly, right?
Yeah.
How the action is done. So when you're explaining how the action is done, it is?
The sifa. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sister Habiba, مفعول الحال.
I forget. Maybe I was not present in that.
Yeah, we studied when you were on a break, but you were supposed to recall that, right?
Yes.
So you didn't listen to the recording?
No.
Okay, that's not good. You have 3 days. But you go and listen to the recording today, inshallah, okay? You're promising me. Just that part is very, it's like 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes, inshallah, right? So Sister Hodma, can you please explain to Sister Habiba what is maf'ul hal?
About how, no?
Yes, maf'ul hal, right?
Yes, about how, yeah.
Yeah, so Sister Hodma, please explain to Sister Habiba what is maf'ul hal, and you have to explain it, right?
Okay. Like the sister said, it tells you how the action took place. And it's usually an adverb. So the example we had was fearfully, but usually just adverbs.
Okay. So what's the difference between the adverb we have in maf'ul hal and adverb we have in maf'ul mutlaq? Because both are describing the action,
the difference was the root words. So example we had with the maf'ul mutlaq was وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا, and كَلَّمَ and تَكْلِيمًا have the same root words,
which is kaf, la and mim.
Yeah. The same root letters, I mean. So that tells you that it's maf'ul al-mutlaq, as in it tells you that it's that one rather than the hal.
Yeah, that's it. If you have an adverb describing an action and have the same root letter as a verb, then it is maf'ul mutlaq. Otherwise, all the description about the action in terms of how the action take place is maf'ulul hal. Right? Good work, Sister Hodma. Sister Parveen Amin, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, this is, can you please explain what is mutaliq bil fail?
Mutaliq bil fail? No, Ustaza. Because this maf'ul bi Maful mutlaq, this thing make me confused. So I go through recording, but I don't know because mutalik fail and this is not clear to me.
Okay. What is not? I say there are 5 kinds of maf'ul.
Yeah, maful, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I confuse him.
So there is
Bihi,
maf'ul
mutlaq.
fihi, maf'ul bil fail, mutalik bil fail is not a maf'ul, right?
Yeah.
So mutalik bil.
Mutalik.
Okay. So now I want Sister Raisa to explain what is mutalik bil fail to Sister Parveen.
Sorry?
Please explain to
Mutalik.
Sister Parveen Amin that what is mutalik bil fail.
Mutalik bil fail is the after how do I say this? Mutalik bil fail. It's the verb that comes after the first verb. It's
Okay.
um,
Sister Raisa, you were not there. I think that was again when you went for namaz
Right.
break, yeah, salah break.
Yeah.
Then this happened and you didn't listen to the recording. So you and Sister Habiba have to listen to the recording today, and I will ask you tomorrow, inshallah. And Sister Parveen, you just listen to it carefully, and I want Sister Samia to explain now what is mutalik bil fail.
It's so in when we have jumla ismiya mutalik bil fi'l, mutalik bil khabar is the jar majroor. So in mutalik bil fi'l, I think I need to listen to the recording again. But is it when you have the maf'ul fihi?
Okay. So everybody seemed to be confused about mutalik bil fail, right? So let me explain it to you once again. A jar majroor fragment in jumla failure is mutalik bil fail, similar to jar majroor fragment in jumla ismiya is mutalik bil khabar, right? So in jumla ismiya we had khabar, mutalik bil khabar about it, and then in jumla failure we have fail, and that something is mutalik bil fail, which comes as a jar majroor fragment. Okay, the confusion start as in maf'ul fihi we have a jar majroor fragment that is only if the harf jar is fi. Other than that, we have so many haruf jar, right? Bi, ta, ka, lam, wa, man, ala, hatta, ila, man is fi. All others harf jar and their majroor, if they appear in jumla failure, they are mutalik bil fail. Is that clear to you all now?
Yeah, so all of them apart from maf'ul fihi, all the other jar
Majroor fragments are mutalik bil fail. Other than the
So if jar majroor comes before the sentence, before as a in jumla ismiya, if comes beginning, so it's called mutalik bil fail. No,
what we are talking about is we are talking about jumla ismiya here or jumla failure here.
jumla failure. Sorry,
So
jumla
when we are
failure.
saying mutalik will fail, so are we talking about jumla ismiya?
No, jumla failure.
So we are talking about jumla failure, and I say whenever. I didn't say the position, right?
Okay,
I say
okay.
whenever, wherever a jar majroor fragment appears in a jumla failure, it is mutalik bil fail, other than it's a jar majroor fragment of harf jar fi. And why? Because harf jar fi makes a maf'ul fihi, because it denotes the place, right, or time. Is that clear to everyone now?
Yes, Mother.
Okay, I want Sister Habiba to please repeat for me because she was not there when we had it initially. So is that clear to you now? And repeat what I said.
Yes, the jar majroor fragments which appears in the jumla failure, other than the fi, all other half of jar, if you make the fragment jar majroor, then it will be the mutalik bil fail.
Very good. So okay, now we'll have a quick Q&A exercise, and then we'll start a normal sentence structure, inshallah ta'ala. So I'm starting with Sister Hodma. I'll give you a word and a jumla failure, and I give you the meaning of a word, a verb, and then you have to translate it, right? Ahalaknaha means to destroy. Ahalak means to destroy. And now you give me ahalaknaha. Ahalaknaha.
أهلكناها. أهلكنا, it was to destroy, right?
Yes.
So أهلكنا would be we destroyed. We destroyed him.
What does ha mean?
Ha is feminine.
Yes.
We destroyed her.
We destroyed her or we destroyed it, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sister Parveen, Amin, Ja'ahum. Ja'a means to come.
Ja'ahum. We came.
I didn't say Ja'anahum. I say Ja'ahum.
Ja'ahum. They came.
Okay, when I say Ja'a, did I say Ja'u?
Ja.
Do you remember the fi'l Maadi chart? Please give me fi'l Maadi chart.
Huwa nasara. Huwa nasara. Huwa nasaru.
No, huwa, that's all, not huwa. Huwa nasara. Huwa nasara.
Yeah. Huwa nasara. Huma nasara. Hum nasaru. Hiya nasarat. Huma nasara.
No, not nasara. Huma, we are not in a feminine line. Hiya nasarat. Huma.
Huma nasara.
No, feminine has something.
Nasarata.
Yes.
Nasarata and hunna nasarna. Nasarta, anta nasarta, antuma nasartumma, antum nasartum, anti nasartun, anti nasarti, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna, ana nasartu, nahnu nasarna.
Okay, now I'm sick. I'm telling you that Ja'ahum.
Ja'ahum. So it's hum nasaru.
So why hum nasaru? I say Ja'ahum. What is a fa'il here?
Ja'a. Nasara. Nasara. File is huwa?
Yes, fa'il is huwa, right?
Yeah.
So Ja'a means to come, then who
To
come,
come.
right? So what do you say? Ja'ahum.
He came. Yeah. So he came and whom. So Ustaza is a plural pronoun. So he came to them.
He came to them.
Okay.
It came to them, right?
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Sister Isa.
Yes.
Thakolat mawazinuhu. Thakolat means Thakola means to become heavy.
Okay, so sakulat.
So just give me
wait.
Sakolat, right? Just translate Sakolata. Mawazinuhu. And you have to give me what is Mawazinuhu here.
Could you repeat sakulat or sakulata?
Sakulat with Sakun.
Oh, sakulat. And the meaning is she. Where was the meaning?
To become heavy. Sakola means to become heavy.
So she became heavy. Like
She became heavy, but we have Mawazinuhu.
Mawazinuhu. So, it's Mawazinuhu. So it's an outside doer.
Yes.
So it's in here.
Mawazin means parallel or equivalent, right?
Mawazinuhu. So the attached pronoun is who, which is he. So it's he parallelly became heavy.
Mawazinuhu. But you have to identify what is Mawazinuhu first, right? You say it's an outside file. Why? Good. But is that just an ism or it's a fragment or what it is?
It's a fragment. It's a idafa fragment.
Yes. So you have to translate Mawazinuhu first, right?
Yeah.
So how would you translate Mawazinuhu if it's a dafa fragment?
it would be of him.
So parallel of him or his parallel, right?
Yeah, so his parallel became heavy.
His parallel became heavy, right? Good
Yeah.
work. Sister Samia. Makkannakum. Makka means to settle to something, right? Makkaka. There is shadda. Makkaka. So makkana. So makkaka means to settle, right? So makkana.
Makkana. So na is we. So we settled.
We settled. And then makkanakum.
And then makkanakum. So that's is it maf'ul mutallaq? Because it's got the
Okay, what is kum?
mutlaq. Maf'ul mutlaq.
what is kum?
Kum is the attached pronoun.
So how it is maf'ul mutlaq?
So it's not.
Okay. So what are
Yeah,
attached
can
pronouns?
it be? If it's idafa fragment, can it be?
No. We have to check if it's makkanakum. Makkana is an ism and kum is attached pronoun. So there is nothing else that we are talking about. If we have attached pronoun as a maf'ul, then which kind of maf'ul it is?
If we have attached pronoun, maf'ul bihi.
Yeah, so we just it's a simple verb sentence.
Okay.
So now,
So the word, it was makkana and makkakum. Makkanakum. So we settled. Kum is
yeah.
you all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we settled you all.
We settled you all. Very good.
You all. Okay.
Very good. Okay, sister Habiba. Oh, yes, sister Habiba. Mana'aka. Mana'a means to forbid, right?
Forbid. Okay. Mana'aka. Mana'a is huwa mana'a.
Very good.
And forbid. He forbid. Kara. Kara is you.
Yeah.
He forbid you.
Very good. That's good. Okay, so that was our recap from our topics that we did last week. And today, inshallah, we are starting a new one, which is abnormal sentence structure. So far, so good, everyone?
Yes, Ustad. Sorry, I thought, when you said my one, I thought you said makkana, makkakakum, like I thought it was two separate words, but it was just one word, right, in that example?
Yeah.
Makkanakum. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so, we are starting a new topic, which is abnormal sentence structures. Like the abnormal sentence structure we studied in Jumla Ismiya, we said that something is called abnormal when the order is not how it's normally come. So in a Jumla Fi'liya, we know the order is fail with a file, right? Or fail maf'ul in case of Jumla, in case of maf'ul bihi, fail maf'ul, and then we have sometime file coming after as an outside. So fail, file and maf'ul, and then we have a mutalik bil fail. So this is a normal Jumla Fi'liya that we have fail, file and maf'ul and mutalik bil fail. But when the order changes, that something is not when it's supposed to be, then we have an abnormal sentence structure. And in most of the cases, we know that mutalik will fail. If it's come before a fail, then we have a normal sentence structure. So I want Sister Parveen Amin to please read
Okay.
from
the
abnormal sentence structure, right?
abnormal sentence structure.
Yes.
Abnormal sentence structure. The standard order for a Jumla Fi'liya is the fail followed by the file followed by the maf'ul. Recall that one of the rules of the file is that it must come after the fail. This holds true even when it comes to abnormal structure.
Okay, hold here. When we're saying the fail, file and maf'ul, so when we have a fail inside file, then it's also is the ending that is showing you the what kind of a file is it, what kind of a pronoun is hidden inside it. And when it comes to outside file, again it has to come after the fail. So we have a fail and we have a file coming after it, and it is called a normal sentence structure. Okay, please.
Only the position of the maf'ul bihi and the mutalik bil fail can be shifted. They can either come before the file or before the fail.
Okay, sorry. So somebody has a catch here. Why that maf'ul bihi can come? How maf'ul bihi can come before a file? What is can be a scenario? I just said when I explained initially to you, but who will give me the how can maf'ul bihi come before a file and it's a normal sentence structure? Come on, anyone?
No, didn't get.
So do you want me to repeat my question?
No, we know your question, Ustaza, but we don't know.
I want you to think. We have done it so many times, right? What is the most common example of a maf'ul bihi? What is the most common occurrence of a maf'ul bihi?
Attached pronouns.
So when we have attached pronoun and we have an outside doer, so which comes first, maf'ul or a file?
The attached pronoun comes first, and then the maf'ul bihi.
Yes.
Or the maf'ul.
So attached pronoun comes first and the file comes after if we have a maf'ul bihi, right?
Yes.
But it is considered as a normal sentence structure, right? So when we have maf'ul bihi not after the fail, right, and before the file, and if it's coming before the fail, right, then we have what? An abnormal sentence structure. Or a mutalik bil fail is coming before the fail, and it's an abnormal sentence structure.
And in normal condition, if comes before the before the fail.
Okay. Now let me go through one by one thing. Starting from a normal fail, if I say nasara, how many parts of a jumla failure are there in it? Sister Raisa, I want a question answer from Sister Raisa. If I say nasara, how many parts of what are the parts of a jumla failure? First, give me the answer.
Jumla failure, there's fail, file, and maf'ul bihi.
And
there's
no, not maf'ul bihi. Fail, file, maf'ul, and there's fourth one as well.
Fail, file,
Mutalik bil fail.
Oh, mutalik bil fail. Yes.
Okay, we have fail, file, maf'ul, and mutalik bil fail. If I say nasara, how many parts of a jumla failure can you find in nasara?
Nasara, it's fail and file.
It's a fail and file, and we are saying that file comes after fail in jumla failure because in nasara the fatha on ra is telling you that the file is huwa. If I say nasarat, then the sukoon on the ta and the sukoon on it is telling you that it is inside doer is here. So file is always represented by the last letter or last letters or haraka in the fail. So that's why we say that we have a file and we have a fail and then we have a file, right? So now, Sister Samia, if we have an outside file, so what should be the position of a outside file?
Be after the fi'l and the file.
Right. If I say Nasara al-Muslimu, then Muslimu is our outside file, right? And it's coming after the fail. It is a normal sentence structure.
Yes.
Right. Now I want Sister Habiba. Yeah, Sister Habiba, I want you to answer my question. Then if I say khalaqa samawati wal ardi, right? Then what is the fail, what is the file, and what is the maf'ul in it?
Khalaqa is fail is khalaq, and he is the file.
Inside file,
And-
right?
Yes,
Wa-
inside. Samawati wal ard is bihi.
is maf'ul, right? Maf'ul bihi. So
Maf'ul,
we
yes,
have
maf'ul.
fail, file, and maf'ul.
Maf'ul.
Okay, now if I tell you that فَأَخَذَهُمْ الْأَذَابُ, so now,
فَأَخَذَهُ أَذَابُ.
al-azabu, now give me the order of parts of a jumla failure.
Okay, fa'azabu is not the part of this failure, jumla failure. From the
Sorry, fa is not part of a jumla failure, right? Akhaza, right?
akhaza is fail.
Mm-hmm.
Akhaza, then it is he, who are form. Akhaza is the fail, and file is he.
Okay, when I say fa khazahum al-azabu,
Akhazahum, whom is attached pronoun, and then
al-azabu.
azabu. Okay, azabu is the outside file.
So now
Fail.
give me now file, right? You could outside file. Now give me the order. What is coming
Yeah,
first?
First is fail,
Mhm.
and then akhazallahu attached pronoun, which is bihi, maful, and then the doer.
File.
Sorry, file.
Yeah. So we have fail, maf'ul, and file, right?
Yeah.
But this is the condition only when we have maf'ul bihi, because only attached pronouns can be attached to a fail, right? So
Yeah.
when we have maf'ul bihi, we see two examples. Then the normal structure is fail, file, and maf'ul. But the normal structure is also fail, maf'ul, and file. Only for maf'ul bihi,
Attached.
right? So this is also a normal sentence structure.
Yes.
Okay. Now we are talking about mutalik bil fail. If I have a mutalik bil fail in a sentence, that it always is a normal sentence. It comes after a fail, and it's usually comes after the maf'ul, file, and maf'ul, right? So if I say nazara ba'duhum ila ba'din, right? So give me the order of a jumla failure. Now I'm asking Sister Hodma this one.
نظر was it نظر بعضهم
بعضهم إلى بعض.
okay نظر is the فعل بعض and
بعضهم.
نظر is the فعل and the فاعل.
Okay, what is بعضهم then?
What is بعد بعد that's a special word.
Bada means it's a special
After.
mudaf, right?
Yes,
So what does
So
ba'dahu
it-
makes?
بعد means after, right?
Yeah.
After them.
No, bad means some,
Oh,
something, like a few. Bad means some of.
Okay, so then بعد would be
Ba'du. I'm saying
Yes.
ba'duhum.
بعدهم بعد would be a المفعول فيه
Ba'duhum is maf'ul fihi.
because بعد or بعد.
I say ba'du, not ba'da.
Okay, it's some
Ba'da,
of.
it's not
Then
ba'da faqa, right? Ba'da, it has a dal in it. Ba'da. I say ba'du. It's da,
Okay,
right?
it's a whole different word. Okay, fine. Then it's not because that's not time and place.
It's not a special mudaf, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I just say yes to confuse you, right? And you got confused. Because bada is non-flexible, right?
okay.
It cannot be badu or badi. Special mudafs are non-flexible, right? So when I'm saying badu, so you have to be conscious that it cannot be special mudaf bada.
Okay.
Alright?
بعد is that the rafa status?
Yes.
So that's the outside doer, that's the fa'il.
Yes.
نظرة is the fi'l.
Mm-hmm.
And then بعد is the fa'il.
Not just badu, baduhum.
بعد, oh, is that all together? Okay,
Because it's a
بعدهم.
dafa fragment and you cannot separate them. Right?
Okay.
Okay, it's not just okay. You have to tell me that. Because we studied in Simla Ismiya multiple times that you cannot separate the fragments. If they come as something, then they have to be as a whole bucket, has to be categorized as something. Right?
Yeah.
So when we say badu, baduhum, the baduhum is a dafa fragment and the whole baduhum has to be the doer, right? The outside doer.
And then إلى is حرف الجر.
Mm-hmm.
So إلى بعض is متعلق بالفعل.
Because it's a jar majur fragment. So
Yeah.
what is the order of a jumla failure here?
It is فعل فاعل and then متعلق بالفعل.
Okay, so we do not have any maf'ul here. We have fail, file and mutalik will fail. And we see that mutalik will fail is coming after the file in a jumla failure. This is a normal sentence structure.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about abnormal sentence structure. So anything that is not in its place as a normal sentence structure, we call it abnormal, right? So when we have mutalik bil fail, if it is coming before a jumla failure, starting of a jumla failure, is it its normal position or is it not?
It's not.
It's not, right? Where mutalik bil fail normally comes? After the
After
file.
the
In the later part of a jumla failure. So if it's coming before or in the beginning of a jumla failure, we call it an abnormal sentence structure. And the same things apply, like muqaddam muakhar thing. We say that mutalik bil fail will come muqaddam. Muqaddam means that is coming before, and we say the fail has become muakhar, that the fail is coming after. So you got it? Is that thing's clear now?
Yes. So,
So we say that only the position of maf'ul bihi or mutalik bil fail can be shifted. Like when we say maf'ul bihi and the position to be shifted, we know that it cannot be attached pronoun. Right? Attached pronoun cannot come before something, it has to come after an isim of fail to be attached to. So when we say maf'ul bihi, we are excluding the attached pronoun thing. But if maf'ul bihi is answering what or who, and it is coming before a jumla failure, it must be in a rafa form, right? And if it's coming before, it is a abnormal sentence structure.
yes, if it's in rougher form, then we know it's meant to come after, but it's come before now.
Yeah. So it is a and it's come before the fa'il as well, not in the attached format, and it's independent format. If it's coming before a file, we say that it's an abnormal sentence structure because maf'ul has to come after the file, not before the file. So there are two situation. Either the jar majur fragment of mutalik bil fail gives you abnormal sentence structure, or maf'ul bihi gives you an abnormal sentence structure. Okay. So when you find these two things before a fail, you have to think that okay, the sentence structure is changing, and we know why the sentence structure change. Why Lamia choose to change the sentence structure in Quran, or why we choose to change the structure in any language? Any reason?
Is it for emphasis? Or?
To give emphasis on your speech when you try to say something with, and you want to convey that okay, this is something that that need to get the listeners or readers attention, and you put it that way, so the meaning get more intense, right? So then we have abnormal sentence structure. It means that something is coming before its usual place, or it's after its usual place. Then there's something that the speech is getting more intense. It is maybe for rhetorical purposes, that because when you have to make a rhyme of the words and you have to, and again that is for attention seeking, because you do not normally speak in a rhythmic way. So when you're making a rhyme, you are either doing a poetry or you're writing a piece of an essay in which you are explaining something to someone in a very inventive or a creative way. So that again, when you are trying to make your point more and more strongly, then you use abnormal sentence structure. So is that clear to everyone now?
Yes, sister.
Okay, good. And we'll say, as for maf'ul fihi, it is flexible in its position and it's not considered abnormal if it's shifted. So what is the catch here in this sentence? Think.
In Allahi tawakkalna, this one?
No. I say, as for the maf'ul fihi, it is flexible in its position and it's not considered abnormal if it's shifted. Okay. If we found a jar majroor fragment of maf'ul fihi, right, of a jar majroor fragment of fi, and it's coming before a fa'il, it is not muta'alliq bil khabar, right? It's a maf'ul fihi. Other than jar majroor fragment of fi, every other fragment is muta'alliq bil fi'l. But if we have a jar majroor fragment of maf'ul of a fi, and you find it before a fail, you don't consider it as an abnormal sentence structure, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because maf'ul fihi has ability to be flexible, and they can appear anywhere in the sentence, and it's not considered as a normal sentence structure.
Okay. Apart from fihi, okay, got it.
It's not just jar majroor fihi. A fihi can be special mudaf of time and place, or can be the special asma for time and place, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to revise it, and I want Sister Raisa to give me two common fragments to be abnormal sentence structures. When they choose their then they change their position, you say, okay, this is a normal sentence structure. What are the two main things?
Idafa fragment?
No, we didn't say anything about idafa fragment.
Oh, the jar majroor fragment. Sorry?
We have muta'alliq bil fail and maf'ul bihi. They are the most likely to change its position and come before the fail. That is in the beginning of a jumla failure. So they are the most common examples of an abnormal sentence structure. When we have muta'alliq bil fail muqaddam or maf'ul bihi muqaddam, then its place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maf'ul bihi, like you said, it would have to be rafa in stages. Then we know that this is maf'ul.
Yeah. When we have
khabar is any jar majroor fragment apart from fi.
Yes, very good. When we, and what is the exception? That maf'ul fihi is an exception, right? When it shifts its position, we consider it okay, not abnormal, because we have given them the assumption. Okay, now we are doing this example, and alallahi tawakkalna. Alallahi, Allah is harfi jar, and Allahi is the ismul jalala in the jar forms. Alallahi is a jar majroor fragment. Then we have tawakkalna. Tawakkal is our fail. Tawakkal is have sukoon in the end, and we have a na attached to it with tawakkalna, which is giving us that it is a ism fail plus fa'il inside it, which is we. So tawakkalna means to nasarna. So we have fail plus fa'il tawakkalna, and we have muta'alliq bil fail coming before the fail. So what we say that it has become muqaddam and our fail has become muakhar, because in normal sentence this should be tawakkalna ala Allahi. right? But we are saying alallahi tawakkalna. So when you see the translation, alallahi means upon Allah, and tawakkalna means we relied, right? So when we say tawakkalna alallahi, we relied on Allah. But when we have alallahi tawakkalna, how we are translating? We relied only on Allah, right? The one only as an emphasis is coming because the order is not normal, the order is shifted. The poor translation will be only on Allah we relied, right? But the actual translation, the normal translation is we relied only on Allah. Are you with me?
Yes.
It's the same concept as we have in the Jumla Ismiya, Muakhar Muqaddam thing, that when we have Khabar or Mutali bil Khabar Muqaddam or Mubtada Muakhar, then we have emphasis. In the same thing, here our fail is Muakhar and our Mutalik bil fail is Muqaddam, and then we have an emphasis in our translation. So far so good?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay, now we move on, and I want Sister... What do I want? I want Sister Samia to please read attached pronouns.
Attached pronouns. When it comes to attached pronouns, it is normal for the attached maf'ul bihi to come before the fa'il. This is because it is attached to the fi'il and cannot be separated. This is not considered an abnormal structure.
Okay, so this is something that I already explained to you. And when we have an attached pronoun as maf'ul bihi, which is coming before the file, and we could not consider it as abnormal because it is cannot be separated, and it is considered as normal in case of maf'ul bihi. Like the qatalahumullahi, qatamallahu, Allahu, harfi Allahu is our file, qatala is our fail, and hum is our attached pronoun maf'ul bihi. Right, so this is a normal sentence structure in which maf'ul is coming before a file. So far so good, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. I think we have one more topic, complex sentences, but I'm not starting it today because this is too much for you at the moment. Is that okay?
Sometimes it's easy to understand, but when we are applying, it's become so confusing and we don't know what to do.
That's the thing, because that's when you study something, the thing is not just you study that what is what and how things are. The thing is that if you do not know how to implement it, then it means that the concept is not gotten through your head. You just read it, but you did not comprehend it. So the thing is, that's why I want you to ask me as many questions as you can, and I will try to explain you as different way as I can, so the thing become more clear to you. So if you have any questions, I'm asking you now. Okay, let me stop recording so you all get relaxed. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Rabbana zidna ilma, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello, can you all... Oh, sorry. Assalamu alaikum, can you all hear me? Sorry, I was speaking and I was on mute, so sorry about that. So, how are you all today?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So, let's start today. First of all, I want you, Sister Samia, to give me a fail Maadi chart of the word Ja'ala. Ja'ala means made. Ja'ala.
Ja'ala. Okay. Ja'ala, Ja'ala, Ja'alu, Ja'alat, Ja'alta.
Okay. Do with the pronouns, that will make it easier for you, inshallah.
هو جعل هما جعلا هم جعلوا هو جعلت
هي جعلت
هي جعلت هما جعلتا
جعلتا
جعلتا أو جعلتا هم هم
if you say hunna then you
هن جعلنا
yes
أنت جعلت أنت جعلت أنتما جعلتما أنتم جعلتم أنتي جعلتي أنتما جعلتما هن جعلتن أنا جعلت نحن جعلنا
okay
like the mat.
yeah that's anu jahalna good very good sisters okay now I'm giving you a quick Q&A so when I give you a jumla failure you have to give me the parts of the jumla failure and have to give me what if there is a maf'ul in it what kind of a maf'ul it is so starting with sister Sarah fawajada abdan wajada means to find
فوجد عبدا عبدا ماذا؟
yes abdan
عبدا okay fa is the harf okay فوجد da has the
alif wajada
along it is alif mad ustaza
is alif normal alif dal
okay it has
alif and after dal
okay so fawajada so this will be like nasara so fawajada abdan
yes
so this is the dual form so this would be huma
very good very
huma
good
so this will be the inside dual is huma the file and abdan is the maf'ul in the nasab status so abdan is telling about who did it so this will be maf'ul bihi
very well done excellent mashallah this is very very beautifully done I'm proud of you sister Sarah
alhamdulillah jazakallah khair
okay, sister Habiba okay
Yes.
rafa'na fawqakum at-tura
Rafa'na fawqakum.
Tura.
Rafa'na is fail. Okay, Rafa'na and it is he huwa form. Rafa'na. Fawqakum is a special mudaf, so it will be special mudaf. What is it?
what does the special mudaf think about
Okay. Fihi.
yes
Yes, fawqakum with the kum. Kum is attached pronoun.
so fawqakum is a dafa fragment right so
Yes, total fragment is fihi. Maful fihi.
and what about a tura
Tura is again maful, but it means the mountain.
yes
Then place is again fihi. Yes.
very good excellent sister Raisa
Yes.
waja'alna bainahuma zar'an
وجعلنا
bainahuma zar'an
So وجعلنا is the fa'il, the verb.
what is the file
وجعلنا. So it. Wait, is there like a Wait, can you say it again? Waja'alna or waja'alna?
Waja'alna with alif.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so it's hunna. Sorry, nahnu, the first one.
Nahnu because of na, right?
Yeah, because of the ending. Waja'alna, so it's nahnu. And what are the next one?
Fawqakum.
Fawaqa.
Kum.
Fawqakum. So the attached pronoun is kum. So it's
I think you said bainahuma.
Waja'alna bainahuma. Zar'an, sorry. Fawqakum and waja'alna bainahuma. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at everywhere.
Waja'alna bainahuma. So the attached pronoun is huma. It's dual for she. So it does.
Huma is not for she only.
Oh, for he and she both for dual. Yes, huma. Yeah. And wait, so it's not in here form, so it doesn't have an outside door.
What is second for you? Said that the doer is nahnu, right?
Yeah, the doer is nahnu.
So what is bainahuma and what is zar'an?
Bainahuma zar'an. Zar'an is
What is baina? What is baina?
baina. Baina.
Can animal have sister Raisa? What is baina?
It's a special mudaf.
It's a special mudaf, means between.
Oh yeah. So it's a special. So it's a idafa fragment. The bainahuma. Huma. Bainahuma. Oh, okay. So it's in that's the doer. The bainahuma. Huma.
What is the doer? What is the definition of a doer?
The
What
one
are
who
the
did it.
characteristics of a doer? Like if we have an inside doer and we have an outside doer, right? You say
Yeah.
that nahanu is a doer. Now you're saying that huma is the doer. So what is the doer in this sentence?
In this sentence, the doer would be nahnu because there is no like the similarities for the outside doer. What's it called?
We have established this part. So why did you say that huma is the doer again, right?
Yeah, that was my mistake.
Okay. So now go correct your mistake. Now tell me what is bainahuma.
Bainahuma is the between, so it would be maf'ul fihi
Why?
because it's in because of its in, isn't it where?
Baina is a special mudaf, right? And is a fragment of a special mudaf is always maf'ul. A special mudaf of time and place, right? So baina means between. Between is a place.
Yeah,
So that's why bainahuma is our maf'ul fihi.
yeah, maf'ul fihi.
I know you know the answer, but you were not explaining it right.
Because of the time and place, yeah, because of its where and when.
Yeah, I understand that you know the answer, but that a great explanation too. And what about zar'an?
Zar'an. Zar'an would be the mutaliq bil fi'l.
Okay, I didn't see any harf jar in zar'an.
Wait,
I only
zar'an.
know bi, ta, ka, lam, wa, min, fi, and ala, hatta, ila. I never see any zar in it.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have any jar material. It's not a jar fragment.
So,
Zar'an.
how could it be mutaliq bil fi'l?
It's wait, zar'an.
If it's not fail, it's not file, it's not mutaliq bil fi'l, and it has to be only one thing left, right? It has to be.
Maf'ul.
So, what kind of a maf'ul it is? How many type of maf'uls have we studied, sister?
مفعول فيه مفعول به مفعول له مفعول
Hal.
مفعول له. Yeah.
Okay. So maf'ul hal and maf'ul lahu. Sorry, maf'ul mutlaq. There's another maf'ul mutlaq as well, right? So maf'ul hal maf'ul has to be an adverb, right? And zaran is not an adverb.
Okay.
Okay. So we left with maf'ul bihi, maf'ul fihi, and maf'ul lahu.
Yeah.
So maf'ul fihi, for it has to be time and place. Zaran is neither of them. Okay. Let me give you the meaning of zaran. I know the meaning of zaran, but let me confirm it and give it to you. Where is Zar'a means planting of seed, like seed. You can say seed.
So it would be maf'ul lahu.
Right.
It's maf'ul lahu is 4.
Is this giving you a reason?
No, it's just telling me what they're doing.
So it's what, right?
Yeah, it's what.
So it what if you have an answer of a what kind of a maf'ul it is?
Maf'ul bihi.
So it's maf'ul bihi.
Yeah.
Right? Whenever you struggle, you can ask me, give me the meaning. I cannot identify without the meaning, right? So this is a question that you have to ask me, right? Instead of making wild guesses, you can ask me, please give me the meaning. I don't know how to put it into with the question, what kind of answer it is giving, unless I know the meaning, right?
Can I say another thing?
Yes, please.
This is Jar'an. That is it's nasab. So with the nasab, can we tell it is maf'ul bihi?
All details are nasab, right? All details are nasab unless they are the part of a fragment, right? Idafa fragment or something, right? All details are nasab.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like only maf'ul bihi is nasab. All details are nasab.
Okay. Thank you.
Maf'ul bihi also says like it's with, so it's who did it too, right?
What or whom? Who did it or whom it done to? Not who did it. Who did it is a file. Whom it is done to.
Whom it was done to.
Yeah.
Okay.
About who or about what, right? The action is about who or action is about what? The answer is maf'ul bihi. Okay, Sister Samia. This one's for you. Atainahu al-hukma. Atainahu al-hukma. Right?
Okay. Atayna. So the fi'l is atayna.
Atainahu.
Ataynahu. So what's the fi'l? Atayna. That's the fi'l.
Ataina is the fi'l, right?
So who is the attached pronoun? So who is huwa? No. Who is huma? So we don't need to look for an outside jumla.
What are you saying, Sister Samia? Who is huma?
Yeah.
How can who be huma? Who is the attached version of huwa?
Okay.
So far, who can be huma?
Right now, because we're doing just watching the kids. Okay.
Okay, first give me the fail. You know the order of a jumla failure? Fail, fa'il, maf'ul, and muta'alliq bil. Fail, right? So first you have to give me fail. What is the fail here?
The fail is the atayna.
Okay. Atayna, right?
Atayna.
Give me the file now.
Who?
Okay.
Okay,
what is who in the sentence? Who is independent pronoun or attached pronoun?
It's the attached pronoun.
So can attached pronouns be file?
No. So I have to look at the fi'l. So the atayna, the na is nahnu. So the file, the inside doer is nahnu.
Okay. Now what is who here?
Can you go inside? Let go. So the attached pronoun is who. So sorry, just give me 1 minute, okay?
Okay, while Sister Samia is on a break, who would like to complete this one?
Sorry, because the baby was playing with mud and I was trying to... Can you guys come inside? Come inside.
Okay, you can take a break, Sister Samia. I'll ask somebody else to
I'll
do
do that in a bit,
it.
inshallah.
Okay, inshallah, bro. Any volunteer for this one? Atainahul Hukma?
Can I?
Yes, please.
Atayna is, she already said, and who is the attached pronoun, which is full bihi.
Very good.
And then what is the sentence? Al-hukma. Al-hukma is the, again the bihi, because it is nasab, and hukma is, what is...
Hukum means to,
right.
Yeah, to give order.
Yeah, it is... oh, okay, reason. Then is it lahu?
Yes, it is lahu. Very good. Very good. Very well done. So, okay, this is our revision. Now we'll start a new topic today. That is, inshallah ta'ala. There I am, yes. Complex sentence structure. So, let's start it. Okay. So, where are we?
Staza, I have a question with regards to the last one. Al-Hukma is it's from wisdom. I think it's wisdom. So how can it be reason? Because what was given? Atayna was given. So we gave you wisdom. So what was given? So I think it would be maful bihi, right? That
we gave you wisdom, right?
Yeah.
So it can be maful bihi, right? And if it is like what you're right, it can be maful bihi. Ataynahu means, sorry, just give me a minute, right? Okay, sorry. Yes, Sister Sarah, your question was, Atainahul Hukma. So you say that Atainahul Hukma, Atainah means to give, and who means to him. So we gave him Al Hukma, the rule. Right? You say what we give them, yeah, a rule or the order. So what we give them is the rule or order. So yes, it's answering what, so it can be maf'ul bihi.
Yes, so that's Jazakallah khair. And also, I had a small question from the last class because I couldn't attend it. You had asked one of the sisters about mana'aka. So mana'aka, you said that mana'a here, mana'a. This is like the inside doer would be the file would be huwa. So because it is the huwa form, we will look for the outside doer.
Yes.
And the attached pronoun here is ka. Kahu. So I was confused with the way it was done. So
ka is not ka is attached pronoun, cannot be a file. It is a maf'ul.
Maf'ul bihi, right?
Yes, it's a maf'ul bihi. It's not a file. If I said it's a file, I don't remember saying that. But if I say that, then please everybody correct it. The attached pronoun cannot ever be a file. They are always maf'ul.
Yes. So here in this, it means you said that mana is who forbid. So you translated, it was translated as he forbid you. So So in this sentence, there is no outside doer, right, Isara?
Yes, there's no outside doer in the fi'l.
Even though it is in the huwa form, but there is no outside doer.
Not, it's always necessary that if it's a huwa form that we have a outside doer. If we have
You have to look for it. If it is there, then yeah.
then we see that. If we have an ism in rafa form, and we have in match in the gender, then we have a outside doer.
Jazakallah.
Okay, so can I do, is it okay if I do my example now? Start again? We start.
We're just moving ahead, inshallah. We will find another time, inshallah. Okay. So I want sister, who do I give the chance this time for reading? Okay, sister Habiba, please start reading from complex sentences.
Okay. Complex sentences. Having a sentence as a khabar. Recall that a khabar, jumla ismiya can act as khabar. Likewise, jumla failure can also act as khabar.
Okay, now stop here. When we are doing a complex sentence structure, we say that the khabar can itself be an ism, or it can be a fragment, or it can be a sentence on its own, right? So we say that in some time inside a jumla ismiya, a khabar can itself be a sentence. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, the similar case in jumla failure. So khabar can be a sentence, a khabar can be a jumla ismiya, or khabar can be a jumla failure. Right? If we have a jumla ismiya, we have a mubtada, khabar, and muta'alliq bil khabar. But when we say khabar can be a sentence, it can be a sentence. There are two types of sentences in Arabic grammar: jumla ismiya and jumla failure. So since we haven't not studied jumla failure, then we only focused on jumla ismiya. But now since we know that they are what kind of a jumla failure looks like, so we can say that the khabar in jumla ismiya can also be a jumla failure. Everybody getting it? I know this is confusing, so please ask me if you are not sure what I'm saying.
Could you repeat?
Okay.
Yes, please repeat.
Okay. When we say we're talking about jumla ismiya, we have mubtada, and we have a khabar, and we have a muta'alliq bil khabar. Anybody remember what is the conditions for mubtada?
It has to be
Marfa?
Rafa and status.
It can be rafa in status and can be
Marfu.
HON, half of nasib.
harfun nasab. Mubtada can be isim fragment, isim, or in rafa form, or it can be isim plus isim fragment, or it can be a harfun nasab and an isim fragment. Right? So it's not only, so when this is what we have as a mubtada. Then we had a khabar. We say that khabar can be isim in its rafa form, or it can be an isim and its isim fragment. Right? And when we say muta'alliq bil khabar, is always a jar majroor or mudaf fragment at time and place. But when we study complex sentences in jumla ismiya, we say that khabar can be isim, or isim plus isim fragment, or a sentence on its own. Right? When we say sentence on its own, there are two types of sentences that can exist: jumla ismiya or jumla failure. When we did the examples, we look at the khabar as a jumla ismiya. But now we have studied jumla failure. Now we can safely say that the khabar inside a jumla ismiya can be jumla ismiya or can be jumla failure as well. Right? Is that make any sense to you now?
Yeah.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. I don't think that everybody else has got it. So let me find an example for you in a complex sentence structure. When we say like haza huwal haqqu, when we say haza huwal haqqu, haza is our mubtada, right? And huwal haqqu is our khabar. But huwal haqqu itself is a jumla ismiya. huwa is a mubtada and al-haqqu is a khabar. So when we say haza huwa al-haqqu, the khabar is in the haza huwa al-haqqu is a jumla ismiya. Now I'm saying that the khabar of a jumla ismiya can also be a jumla fi'liya. This is something that we have studied. Now we'll look at the example and it will make it more sense to you. So sister, please carry on reading.
Yes. When this occurs, the entire sentence is labeled as a khabar. This is the first tier of sentence leveling. As for the second tier, the sentence is pulled out of the khabar bucket and labeled like any other jumla failure. Take a look at the example below.
Okay, stop here. When we are doing labeling, we say make one bucket of mubtada, one bucket of khabar, and one bucket of muta'alliq bil khabar, right? And then we do the fragment label, and we look inside the mubtada, khabar, and muta'alliq bil khabar, that which, if there is a fragment, which kind of fragment is in there, right? And if we have an ism on its own, we say that's a rafa, nasab, or jar, like we mentioned the status. And when we have a jumla, we take the jumla out and we do the parts of a jumla. If it's a jumla ismiya, we do mubtada, khabar, muta'alliq bil khabar of the jumla that is titled as a khabar. But if we have a jumla khabar as a jumla fi'liya, we took that part out and we labeled this as fail, file, and maf'ul and muta'alliq bil fail. Are you with me? The silence is very fearful for me. Are you with me, ladies?
Yes. Listening.
You all are shocked about what I say.
Maybe after more example, maybe we will get it.
Okay, now we'll have a look at this example, and I want Sister Habiba to please read it.
Yes. Inna fatahna laka fatha mubina.
Okay, inna fathana laka fatham mubina. So inna, who will tell me what is inna? Inna is a harfun nasab, and what is are doing here? Sorry, who is answering?
Parveen is not act as a mubtada here.
No, I'm asking what is alif doing here with inna. When you say inna is a harfun nasab, what is alif and noon, right? Not an alif attached in this.
Ism inna.
Ismu inna
plus
inna plus na, right? Inna plus na. So it means certainly we, right? So
Yes.
it is our harfun nasab fragment.
Yes.
Harfun nasab fragment is always our
Mubtada.
Mubtada.
Okay. Now when we have a mubtada, we look for muta'alliq bil khabar first, right? Then we say
Yeah.
muta'alliq bil khabar and a khabar. So it'll be easy to point out the muta'alliq bil khabar here, right? So we say fathana. Fathana, we know that the word with sukoon in the middle can never be a ism, so they are fail.
This is failure.
So fathana is our fail. Laka. So when we have a fail coming after it, we say that jumla failure started, right? So we will look for the parts of a jumla failure. Now we have fathana. Fathana is laka fatham mubinan. Do we see any fathana is what is the hidden pronoun in fathana?
Na. Nahnu.
Nahnu. So do we have to look for the outside doer or not?
No, we don't have to look.
So we don't have to look for the outside doer. So we have a fail is fatha and our fail is fathana and our file is nahnu. So we have a fail and file sorted.
Yes.
Then what is laka here?
Jar majroor.
Jar majroor.
Yeah.
So la is not a fujar fi, so we can say that it is a muta'alliq bil fail.
Muta'alliq bil fail, yes.
Okay, and fatham mubinan.
Is a
Mawsuf sifa fragment, And what is the status of this fragment?
It's nasab.
Nasab.
Nasab status.
Okay, so what is the answer? What answer is it giving here in this sentence? Is Fatham Mubina? Is the nasab status the details? Can be maf'ul, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Fatham Mubin means clear victory. So
It's describing how the victory was.
it's describing how the victory was.
Yeah.
Do Fatahna and Fathan have the same root letters?
Yes. So what?
Like what? Kalamul taqli.
Mutlaq.
Mutlaq.
Mutlaq. So this is our maf'ul mutlaq because it is giving you, describing you. So it is a kind of an, describing of an act is always maf'ul mutlaq or maf'ul hal,
Yeah.
right? So it is maf'ul mutlaq because fathan has a fathana, has a fataha, root letter same, and fathana mubinan are connected together because they are mawsuf sifa. So if one match, we say that it cannot be separated. So they both fathana mubinan as a mawsuf sifa is our maf'ul mutlaq here. Right? So, fathana laka fatha mubinan, it is our jumla failure with fail, file, mutalik bil fail and maf'ul. And if we put it back into the inna fathana laka fatha mubinan, so inna is our mubtada and fathana laka fatha mubinan is our khabar, and the khabar in this jumla is what? A jumla failure. So does that make sense to you now?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so yes, we have a study to do jumla ismiya inside a khabar. Now we can also spot a jumla failure inside the khabar. Okay, now I want Sister Parveen Amin to please read from here inside the
Okay.
khabar. Okay.
Inside this khabar, we have a complete jumla failure. On a sentence level, the word fathana, the word fathana serves as the fail as well as the file. The fragment laka is a mutalik bil fail, and fatham mubina is a maf'ul mutlaq.
Okay, so everybody's clear on that? Any questions?
No, alhamdulillah.
Okay, now please carry on reading.
When the khabar is a jumla failure, the pronoun inside the fail must match with the mubtada in number and gender.
Okay.
In the example above, the mubtada inna plus nahnu matches in number and gender with the pronoun inside the khabar fathana.
Okay, what is it saying? When we have a khabar as a jumla failure, right? The pronoun inside the fail must match the mubtada. So when we say that this is a khabar of something, then it matches with the mubtada, right? So when we say fathana, the inside pronoun is nahnu, and when we say inna, the attached pronoun is nahnu.
No, nahnu.
So inna and nahnu matches in the pronoun. It means that matches in number and gender, right? So we say that this is a match. So we are talking about the same thing, right? The sentence is about the same thing. It's not that we have something. If we have inni, then we will not be fathana. What will be the fail there to match with it?
Inni, yeah. Inni, yeah.
No. If we say inni, so what is the inside pronoun here?
Would it be fatahnu? Fatahtu?
Fatahtu. Yeah. If we have inni and then we have fatahatu. But if it's inni fatahana, then it means that two things are separate. They are not connected because the pronouns are different. They are talking about two. We are talking about I and then we are talking about we. So it's something is not matching. So to be sure that our jumla failure is the khabar of mubtada, we have to match them in the number and gender. Getting now?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Good. Now again, please carry on reading.
Consider the sentence Al-Muslimuna nasaru The word al-Muslimuna, the mubtada, is masculine plural. The masculine plural pronoun is whom. Inside pronoun in the sentence nasaru, the khabar is whom. The mubtada and khabar match the number and gender.
Okay, very good. So you say al-Muslimuna nasaru. What is al-Muslimuna here?
Al-Muslimuna mubtada.
Why it is mubtada?
Because it's marifa in marfu.
It's a marif, it's in rafa form and it's an isim in a rafa form, so it is our mubtada. So when we have a mubtada, we look for what? Khabar or mutaliq bil khabar, right? So then we have a khabar which is nasaru. Nasaru, we say that it is looks like one word, but we say the fail itself is a what? A jumla, right?
Yeah.
Nasaru, it's in itself is fail plus file, and it's a jumla failure.
Yeah.
When we say nasaru, nasaru means they helped.
Yes.
So when we say al-Muslimuna nasaru, the Muslims helped, right? So because al-Muslimuna is what? Plural, right? And nasaru is what? Plural. Is the inside pronoun is home. So al-Muslimuna nasaru, the Muslim helped.
Is that the word Muslim help? That's a complete sentence.
This
But
is a
then
complete sentence.
the Muslims helped.
The Muslim, they helped. Like when we are saying the Muslim, they helped. Right?
Okay.
When you're talking about something, this is a kind of a special sentence. The Muslim, they helped, right?
Mm.
You are say the Muslim helped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we have this drill, and I want Sister Raisa to attempt the first one. Okay. We have to convert the following jumla failure into jumla ismiya. Remember to match the mubtada and the khabar. And the first one, which is given as example. So, Sister Raisa, I want you to do the example first, right?
Okay. So, Nasara al-Muslimuna. So, Nasara it means to help, right? Nasara.
Nasara means to help. And what is the file here?
The file is huwa.
Huwa. And so, do we look for the outside doer?
Yes, we do, because it's in huwa form. So, Muslimuna, it doesn't have a notation. So it's Muslimun, the Muslims would
So
be
what is the status of it? What do we look for if we have looking for outside doer? First we see that
has to be Rafa.
So it has to be Rafa, right?
Yeah, so Muslimuna, yes, it's in Rafa form.
And do we match in gender?
Yes. So they're both masculine.
So both are masculine. So Nasara al-Muslimuna is what? Our outside doer?
Outside doer.
So how do you translate it?
So be the Muslims helped.
The Muslims helped, right? This is our jumla failure because the fail is coming first and the file is coming after. Now if we have to convert it into jumla ismiya,
so it would be that the Muslims help.
Then we have to, then what we have to do? Then we have to bring the isim first
and then the
fail after, right? So al-Muslimuna will come first, and then
so we have to have the verb with the word perspective. So it would be because it's the Muslim, so it would be for they.
It's plural, right?
Yeah, it would be plural. So it would be Nasaru.
Yeah,
To match with
Nasaru. So we will match with whom, right? So
yes.
that will become al-Muslimuna nasaru.
Al-Muslimuna nasaru. Yes.
Now we have al-Muslimuna mubtada and nasaru is a khabar.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yes.
The first sentence, Nasar al-Muslimuna and al-Muslimuna nasaru. The difference is only failure in ismiya. We can say Nasarul Muslimuna.
No. when we say Nasara al-Muslimuna, this is a Jumla failure, right? Nasara al-Muslimina, the Muslim helped.
The Muslim helped.
Right?
Okay.
But now we say al-Muslimuna nasaru, the Muslim, they helped. Right? So this is our al-Muslimuna nasaru is our complex Jumla Ismiya. Nasara al-Muslimuna is a simple Jumla failure. And the reason for them, because they both are used in Quran, because you know the emphasis thing, the rhetorical thing, that is come here when we are using this kind of a format.
So Nasara
They helped.
al-Muslimina is they help.
The Muslim helped.
Muslim help.
Al-Muslimuna is what? An outside doer?
Yes.
Right? So when we have an outside doer, we do not take the pronoun in, right? We say the Muslim, and Nasara means to help. The Muslim helped. Right? And when we say Al-Muslimuna nasaru, the Muslims, they helped. What is this? This is an emphasis in this one, right?
Yes.
The Muslim, they helped. And then we can have a question, you know, the sentence going on like the Muslim, they helped in the war, right? The Muslim, they helped building the nation, right? So there can be anything else, but it can be the emphasis, the Muslim, they helped. So we are saying the emphasis is there, right?
So because it's Ismiya, Jumla Ismiya, that's why we have to check the gender and number equal.
Gender and number match.
But in failure, no matter.
In failure, if we have a outside doer, we just have to match the gender, right?
Okay, okay, got it.
If it's plural or here, then we have to look for outside doer and Rafa status.
Good. So now, Sister Samia, please do the Katabat an-Nisa'u.
Okay, Katabat an-Nisa'u. So Katabat, the inside doer is Katabat is here. So then we look for the outside doer, which is an-Nisa'u.
An-Nisa'u.
An-Nisa'u, which is in Rafa status. So now, if you want to convert it into, so an-Nisa'u is a plural, right? An-Nisa'u.
No.
Nisa is one woman.
Nisa is one woman.
One woman. Okay.
Imratun, right?
Alright. Yeah, Imra is plural. Okay. An-Nisa'u. So would it be an-Nisa'u and then so what we're turning it into Jumla. So that we're turning into Jumla Ismiya now, yeah?
Yes.
An-Nisa'u and then Kataba.
Nisa is a plural. Women.
Okay. Alright, so an-Nisa'u Kataba Hun كتبنا كتب
Hunna.
نسرتن كتبتن
Hunna.
هن
Hunna, what will take a form? Hunna ka
كتبنا
katabna, right?
كتبنا, yeah.
So we will become an-nisa'u
النساء
katabna.
كتبنا النساء كتبنا.
Right? So you get it now?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Now, Sister Sarah.
Yes, sister.
Hadara at-Talibani.
Hadara at-Talibani. Hadara is like Nasara, so the file would be huwa. So here we look for the outside doer. The outside doer at-Talibani, it would be at-Talibani because it's Ani, the Rafa status, so it is the outside doer.
Okay. And what is a Talibani? Is single, dual, or plural?
This is dual.
Okay, good.
At-Talibani is dual. So I have to. It will be Huma, right? Or- So الطالبان حضرا.
Very good. Al-Talibani hadara. Very good. Sister Habiba, istamta'at al-umani.
Istamka'at. At is here. Here form. So outside door we can search for outside door. Ummani. Al-ummani. This is in dual form also. And it is Rafa, so it can outside door.
Yes.
And if we shift this, al-ummani istamta'ata.
Istamta'ata. Right.
Okay. Istamta'ata.
Good.
Yes.
Now, Sister Hodma, bada'a ad-darsu.
بدأ بدأ would be like نصر.
Wow, yes.
So هو الدرس. So if I swap it around, it would be الدرس بدأ.
Yes.
الدرس means a lesson, right?
Yeah, ad-darsu, right? Lesson. Very good. Ad-darsu bada'a. There is nothing to be done because they already match.
I thought it was wrong because it seemed too easy to be.
No, it's fine because some things are trick questions. You don't have to apply everything in everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah, you're good in spotting it, right? So this is, we learned something about that jumla failure can be a khabar in a side a jumla ismiya, and if it has to be a khabar, it has to match in the number and gender with the mubtada. So now we have something which is called something extra, which is called quotes. Quotes in Arabic, they are considered type of a maf'ul bihi. So I want Sister Raisa to please read.
Quotes in Arabic are considered to be a type of fa'il bihi.
Maf'ul bihi.
Maf'ul bihi.
Okay, now please give me the answer why.
Quote. Because someone said so.
Someone said so. The question arises that
It was. What it was done or whom it was done to.
so what is it? Then when I was saying something, when I say she said that, then I said what did she say? Right? The answer is always
What did she say? Yeah, what did the person say?
so what answer is always what was said, right? So what was said or what the person said. So the answer is always what. So our quotes are always maf'ul bihi. So whatever is coming inside the quote is what? Maf'ul bihi. It can be a word, it can be a fragment, it can be a jumla. So when we say it can be a jumla, it can be jumla ismiya, or it can be jumla failure. Right? But whenever we have he say, she say, I say, we say, or I said, she said in the past tense, so this always is what? Starting is always a jumla failure. Right?
Yeah.
But I say, she say, I said, she said, whatever, it's always I, and said is always, or I or say is always what? A pronoun, doer, and they fail, so it's a jumla failure. And when we have this starting of a jumla failure as a call, then this is always something that is being said, right? So what is being said is always it are maf'ul bihi. So now please start, continue your reading.
Okay. So because they answered the question, what did X say? The term for this in Arabic is
Maqulul qawl.
maqul qawl.
Okay, so when we say a quote in Arabic, it is qawl, right? So when we have any word starting with qaf, alif and lam, qaf, waw and lam, it is always a call. And this variation will be depending on who said, right? Like if we say qala for nasara, qala for huma, and qalu for whom. So who will give me the qala chart? Sister Raisa, you try.
The qala for the verb.
For the isme Maadi. For fi'l Maadi.
Yeah. Wait.
Start with huwa.
So qala, qala, qalu, qalat, qalata, qalatna.
No.
Sorry?
Qalna.
Oh, ka'alna.
Not kulna, Ustaza. I thought maybe it's kulna. No?
It's going to be, but now I have to go with the flow, right?
Okay.
So it'll be qa'alna. And next is qa'alta, qa'alta, and then qa'altuma, qa'altum, qa'alti, qa'altuma, qa'altunna, qa'altu, and qa'alna.
So you understand now that whenever the speaker is changing, the variation of it will be in the form of a word qala, right? So whenever it is, this is called call, and it's inside itself it's a jumla fi'liya. And whatever is coming after the variation of the qala is called maqulul qal. There is an Arabic word for it, maqulul qal, or you can say it's a quotation, right? So this is a term that will be frequently used in further studies of Arabic. So you have to remember qal and maqulul qal. Whenever there is a call, there always is a maqulul qal, because somebody has to say something, right? If we say he said yes, then yes is a simple word, but that word is a what? Maqulul qal. When say he said before that, right? And before that is what? Is our fragment, and it's a maqulul qal. Or when it says he said she is right, is a jumla fi'liya, it is a maqulul qal. And when I say he said he will go to the market, is a jumla fi'liya, and it is a maqulul qal. Right? So maqulul qal can contain jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya both. So
the actual quote is the maf'ul qal. So what do we say that the qala is then?
qala is qal, and whatever is coming after the variation of the word qala is our maqulul qal.
That's the maf'ul qal. Sorry,
It's maqul with qaf, maqulul qal.
Maqul. Oh, maqul. Okay, maqul al qawl. And I didn't hear. What did you say the qala was? Just qala.
Not qala, and the variations of qala. Qala is our qal.
Qawl. So that's the qawl and maqul qawl. Okay.
Okay. Now, Sister Raisa, please do the example for us.
Okay, so we waqala Allahu inni ma'akum.
Okay. Now, yes, what did we say? What is our call here and what is maqulul call here?
So waqal would be qal.
Waqala, not qal.
Waqala would be qal, and then maqulul qal is who said, so it would be Allah. And then to know what the maf'ul, what was it? Maf'ul bihi.
When I say that we have a maqulul call, then everything is maqulul call, right? Whatever is coming after qala is a maqulul call, which is Allahu inni ma'akum.
Yeah.
The whole thing is maqulul call, right? This whole thing is our and when we say in English, we do the quotation marks. So whatever is inside the quotation mark is our quotation. So maqulul qal is our quotation, the quoted words. So whatever is coming after qal is maqulul qal, right? So Allahu inni ma'akum is our maqulul qal. Now we will look inside and we say maqulul qal is our what? Maful bihi.
Yeah, maf'ul bihi.
And we are learning here now that maful bihi can also be a jumla.
Jumla.
Right? We studied maful bihi to answer the question of what and to what and or who, right? So the what is can be single word, a what can be a fragment, a what can be our answer can be a sentence on its own. So this is maful bihi, whatever is as a maqulul qal.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Waqala Allahu. Allahu here is the outside door. So I think the inni ma'akum is the maqulul qal.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Allahu is an outside doer. My bad. I didn't spot it. Allahu is an outer doer. So waqala Allahu is our call, and inni ma'akum is maqulul qal. Sorry, my bad. Thank you very much for pointing it out. Sorry. Waqala Allahu. She's very right. Then when we have a qala in huwa form, we have to look for the outside doer. And Allahu here is a word. Allah is in rafa form here. So Allahu is our outside doer. So waqala Allahu is fail plus file is our call, and inni ma'akum is our maqulul qal. Everybody clear on that?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Thank you, sister, very much for making the correction.
Right.
So waqala Allahu here is our call, and now we look inside the maqulul qal. What is inni ma'akum? So what kind of a sentence is inni ma'akum?
حرف النصب and اسمها is inni.
So when we have a sentence started with harfu nasab and it is it is a
جملة اسمية.
it's a jumla ismiya. So inni is our
is a mubtada.
is a mubtada. And what about ma'akum?
Ma is the
Ma is a fail.
is ma a special mudaf?
Ma is a special mudaf. Yes.
Let
Let me check. I don't remember exactly. Don't let me say it this way. What's the next one? Ma is a special mudaf. Yes, sister. Ma is a special mudaf. Yes. Ma'akum is this idafa fragment.
So this is the khabar.
So this is our khabar.
Idafa fragment.
Yeah. So we have a jumla ismiya in which we have a mubtada and
Khabar.
muta'alliq bil khabar. Ma'akum is a muta'alliq bil khabar because it's a special mudaf, right?
So harf of jar or special mudaf is
Yes, it's a muta'alliq bil khabar. So we have a jumla ismiya inside as a maqul of qala, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who was doing that? Okay, now sister Samia, please do the next one. Qalu naam.
So in some cases, the maqul al-qawl does not always have to be a sentence. Take a look at the example below. قالوا نعم. So قالوا is the qawl. They said it's plural, and نعم is just one word. That's the maqul al-qawl.
So qalu is our home format of qala, right? So our inside doer is they, and qalu means say, so they said. And nama means what? They said yes. Nama is just one ism and the meaning yes. So they said yes. So this can be our maqulul qal can be sentence, but can also be a simple ism, right?
Yeah.
So any question anymore?
No, that was nice, alhamdulillah. That creates it.
So if anybody get confused because of my ignorance and waqala Allahu, so please you can ask me again. I will clarify it.
So the thing is, if it's huwa or here, we have to look for the outside doer, and then if it's the outside doer, then the whole thing is the qawl.
Yes.
Ustaza, will it be okay? Can you please explain it again? Because
Right, no problem. I will do that. Okay. وَقَالَ اللَّهُ إِنِّي مَعَكُمْ. So we know wa is a harf, which means end. Qala is our fail. Qala is matched with nasara. So inside doer is huwa. So when we have a fail with the inside doer of huwa or here, we look for the outside doer. So outside doer should be after and should be in rafa. So word Allahu here is rafa. And we said should have to match in gender. So qala is masculine and word Allahu is masculine. So we have an outside doer here. So it means waqala Allahu is a jumla failure with the fail and the file. So the fail is qala and file is Allahu, which means the Allah said, right? So this is our call. Now the answer, what Allah said, is our maf'ul bihi, what's being said, right? So the answer is inni ma'akum. So inni ma'akum is our maqulul qal. When look inside the maqulul qal, we have inni, which is inna plus ye. So inni is harfu nasab fragment. So it's a starting of our jumla ismiya. Inni is our mubtada. Ma'akum is ma is a special mudaf and kum is an attached pronoun. So it is our idafa fragment. So we know that special idafa fragment of a special mudaf is muta'alliq bil fail. So we have mubtada and muta'alliq bil fail here. No khabar here. So certainly I am with all of you. Ma'akum, with all of you. So I am with all of you. This is our maqulul qal. Inside is a jumla ismiya.
So mutalik bil fail, right? Ustaza, that was my question.
Mutalik bil khabar. Ma'akum is mutalik bil khabar.
Mutalik bil khabar, yeah.
Yes, mutalik bil khabar.
Because it's inside the jumla ismiya.
Yes, inside the jumla ismiya. It is mutalik bil khabar.
Okay.
So is that clear now, sisters?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ending the session today.
Mutalik bil khabar is not the always jar majroor.
Mutalik bil khabar can be special mudaf.
Okay.
Don't you remember?
Okay.
Jar majroor and the special mudaf fragment.
Yes.
Both will be mutalik.
Mutalik bil khabar. Okay, any more questions?
Can we leave?
Sorry?
Can we leave?
Yes, I'm leaving too. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.